Hello everyone, I am back with another Silksong stream. I hope we find a way to actually make some progress in terms of new areas this time, because we know there are several new areas that we haven't, well, we've been to, but we haven't really been able to do much there. And last time we mostly just ended up doing lots of side quests and things. We finally finished, was it last time that we finished the Grand Gourmand quest? That might have been before last time, but we certainly did things. We also got, like, infected with a crazy cursed root thing, and then we got it cured, and that unlocked a new quest for us. I think we also ran around. Oh yeah, we witnessed we witnessed Chakra finding her mentor finally, who was dead, but we had a nice little send off there. So yeah, I would say lots of important things happened last time, but none of them really involved actually finding new areas. So hopefully today will be more of a exploring new areas kind of day rather than just visiting old areas again, which, like, I love visiting old areas and seeing new things there. It's just I would also like to make progress in terms of finding new areas. Now I have 3 spoilery things to talk about, in the sense that things that might sort of be spoiled for me. I'm not sure. One thing, and that's the thing that I am most upset about, is that I saw YouTube just recommended a video to me, and its thumbnail seemed it sure seemed kind of spoilery. It was someone's stream VOD, and it said, I think it was like stream 5, the end, question mark. And what it said, like in its thumbnail, what it had was Hornet, with like Hornet wielding her nail, and Sherma. And like it seemed like Hornet was facing Sherma, and and there was also like text on the thumbnail that was like you, as in Y-O-U, and then 2 exclamation marks. So that certainly made it seem like you're gonna fight Sherma, or Sherma's gonna betray you somehow. And first of all, I don't know if that's necessarily what it meant. And also, I have already made a joke that, like, wouldn't it be crazy if, like, you get to the end of the game and then Sherma gets taken over, gets puppeted. Like, Sherma also makes it to the top of the citadel and then ends up getting puppeted by the strings or something. I already made that joke ages ago. I didn't really expect it to become true. And, well, we got to, like, the base bad ending, I guess, and it didn't happen there. Maybe it happens for the true ending, I'm not sure. Maybe I'm just completely interpreting that thumbnail wrong, but it's just, I don't know, seeing that thumbnail pissed me off, because, like, I feel like... I feel like when a game is so new, you're going to want, like, it's just nice to not put anything about the game itself in the thumbnail, really. Like, when I've been uploading my VODs, I've only used, like, the default promotional art for the game, where it's just basically Hornet on a red background or something. And yeah, I don't know. I feel like for at least the first couple of months after a game comes out, you don't... I mean, even at any point, to be honest, but certainly within the first couple of months after a game comes out, I feel like it's just very bad manners to put anything that could even vaguely be considered a spoiler in your video thumbnail. Like, that's... I don't know. That seems awful. And again, maybe that thumbnail means something completely different, but it's just, I did not appreciate seeing that. And, yeah, I don't truly know how to avoid that. Because I guess I will, like, absolutely acknowledge that I've been sort of risky in terms of spoilers, as in, I've been, like, reading people discussing Silksong on Twitter. But this was, like, just a random YouTube recommendation. I guess I should have pretended that I was completely disinterested in Silksong to avoid that getting recommended to me. But I don't want that to be the impression that the algorithm gets from me, right? I don't know if YouTube has muted terms that you could do. I'm not sure. But, like, I don't want that to be the impression. And I do want to watch Silksong playthroughs already. I've been watching, like, early parts. It's just that then YouTube decides to recommend, like, part 5 of a bunch of long stream VODs where I haven't watched any of them, because it's not even a channel that I watch. It's just like, okay, well, I don't know. I guess it's just going to be like that somehow, sometimes. So, that was the big thing that I'm upset about. There are 2 sort of minor spoilery things, in the sense that I have seen people, like, mention the words Act 3 several times now, and I haven't, like, read those discussions at all. I've just seen the words Act 3 pop up, and then I've quickly scrolled past. So I'm getting an inkling that there is an Act 3. I don't know. It could also be that they're also making fun of it. I mean, I've certainly mentioned before that, like, I mean, it would make sense for there to be 3 acts. It's just that, well, we haven't found one yet, and we already beat the game, at least with the base ending. But it really is sounding like there's a whole Act 3 that I simply haven't reached yet. And, well, if I had to guess, it's... like, it's going to start at the top right section, or maybe my, like, idea from the very start of the game is going to come into play, where we go through previous areas and they have changed significantly. Like, maybe that's what Act 3 will be. I don't know. Assuming, of course, that there even is an Act 3. It could be people just, you know, making fun of the idea, or saying, or simply saying that they consider a part of the game to be Act 3. I don't know, but it seems to me that there is an actual official Act 3. We'll get a title card for it at some point, and of course we haven't yet. So that's quite curious. I don't think that's really a massive spoiler. But yeah, that's another thing. And then the third thing is that apparently you get cursed at some point. I've seen people mention like you getting cursed or people not wanting to talk to you when you're cursed. Now, what happened to me last time with the whole root thing? I don't know. Like, is that what getting cursed is? I don't know, because again, I haven't read anything that people have actually been saying about it. I've just seen the term mentioned. So, did I get cursed last time with those roots? We got the Crest of the Witch out of it, so that would certainly indicate that it could be something that we'd consider a curse. But I don't know if that's quite the case. It more seemed like we were infected, you know, or infested, something like that. I'm not sure. But yeah, those are the three things, and the first one was the most major, assuming that it's real. Who knows? Because currently, Sherma seems to... Well, Sherma is on a path towards being disillusioned, I guess. She's not nearly as optimistic anymore, but currently, like... I don't know, she's not as naive anymore, but she's certainly still good old kind-hearted Sherma who's just trying to heal people. So I wonder how this could change. If it does, who knows? Yeah, I was just really upset seeing that thumbnail. Oh, and another thing that I'm upset about is that I hate dealing with audio. Oh, I didn't start my timer. That's fine. We were just talking anyway. I hate dealing with audio. I feel like before every stream I try to fiddle with my audio settings. Or like, you know, not before every stream, but like every 10 streams I like go listen back to a VOD and I'll think, oh my goodness, my like microphone sounds awful or the balancing is way off, and then I go and fiddle with it and I'll, you know, do some recording tests and I think it'll sound great. And I'll think it sounds great. And then a couple streams later I listen back to the VODs and I'll think it sounds awful again. And then one day later I'll listen back to the same VOD and I'll think, you know what, wait, actually that sounds pretty okay. So I don't know. I think I should just give up. Things will sound like how they sound, but no, I want things to sound good. I don't know. At any rate, however they sound at this moment is how they will sound for this stream, so I needn't talk about it further. So we want the two areas that we know of that we haven't explored are the mist here and whatever's above Bilehaven. And I don't see how I could do anything above Bilehaven. Like, in whatever area is up there. It seems like it's blocked off in every direction. Except for that guy who we got that meal for now. Which, yeah, we completed last time. Or, we didn't complete it. We got all of the things needed for the meal last time. So, perhaps going to them and giving them the meal will be actually what allows us to explore the rest of that area. I'm not sure. I don't think so far we've, like, unlocked any area by just doing what is seemingly just a side quest. But, just because it hasn't happened doesn't mean that it couldn't. It could be a unique kind of area unlock. But first of all, I think I do want to just investigate the... Whoops! That's not exactly how you get up here. I think I would like to investigate just the right side of this wall here. Because, well, I don't know. If any part of the map could theoretically connect to that area above Bylewater, then this would be it. This is like directly next to it on the map. Nice, look at that. Taken out by your own bell. I should have Magnetite Brooch Fan, right? Yeah. So... Actually, what's to the top left here? Oh, no, that's just my map being weird. Wait, why is it like that? I guess it's because it considers me to be in Whispering Vaults. It's just that if you look at, like, this section here, it cuts off very weirdly on this small, like, overlay map. But I'm pretty sure I've tried climbing to the top left part of this room already. Okay, I remember you are here this time. And by remember, I guess... I've actually spotted you this time. Wait, can I? I can't climb up through here, can I? I can kind of go suspiciously far into that nook, but it's... no, it still seems like that is not something I can pass through. Why did my bind make such a loud noise just then? Uncertain. Quite unsure of that. Okay, hold on. Just real quick, I want to know what I sound like. Does my mic sound, like, halfway decent? I want to know what I sound like. Does my mic sound, like, halfway decent? I don't know. I'm gonna stop worrying about audio. It's fine. It is fine. Can I... Well, I think checking that wall was completely fruitless, and I think checking this top left direction, or, well, attempting to check it again, will also be completely fruitless, but just in case, we'll go up here. Have I... Never mind. I didn't check here at all. Heavy rosary necklace. I guess that's something. Nothing too crazy, and it's essentially just money. I don't know if these are tracked in the game completion. In Hollow Knight, I don't think relics were something that the game tracked for 100%. However, locations of the map, like if you had unrevealed sections of the map, I think it did count those. So you didn't need to find the like most secret rooms that ended up just hiding away some like non-collectible thing. I don't think those mattered. But still, we would like to find them all. Though, I'm sure we won't. With Hollow Knight, I've played it for so many hours and it's still... Like, there's still always a chance. Whenever I do another randomizer, there's always a chance that I just find some secret that I've never found. I mean, the chance is lesser and lesser every time, of course. It's smaller chance every time. But it can still happen sometimes. Oh! Right, there are spikes down here. I really don't remember seeing any other rooms where there are, like, equivalents to Path of Pain buzzsaws that go up and down just quite like this. Like, yeah, of course we had that section where we climbed up to the Cogwork core. But not exactly like this. Hold on, didn't we have something about the Memoriam? Whoops. I'm pretty sure I died on those exact same spikes last time. The Memoriam. I swear I have a quest for it. Grand Hunt, the Wailing Mother in the slab. Got it. Lost Merchant. Ah, okay. So Jubilana has gone missing again near the Citadel's Memoriam. Okay, we don't care about the direction right now. I should stop falling into spikes. Hold on. Like, checking these crevices here. Could that connect me to anything interesting in Bilewater? Unlikely, it seems to me. Oh! Look before you leap, bro. Well, we can't quite do that, but we should certainly look before we plunge into spikes. What am I doing? We're about to enter Bilewater. And, well, the issue down there is that you can't heal very easily once you fall into the maggot goop. Okay, it's fine. We just wanted to play on 1 health. Because we like it, I guess. I don't know. Alright, we'll drop down. Everything's fine. There is this thing to the left here. This is such a silly start to the episode. I take so many hits on those random bugs on the way down. Okay, it's fine, it's fine. Watch this. Not a single hit of damage will be taken on the run back there. Yeah, there's that little section to the left of that drop down that I'm just kind of curious about. We left a marker there on the map last time, and I don't expect that I'll be able to do anything different there this time. It could be that it becomes part of a side quest later on, like a creature we need to track down will show up there. Whoops, this is not the way to go. Alright, actually, did I ever find anything up here? I imagine I did. But just in case I didn't. Okay, no, I think that's fine. I think we have explored that thoroughly enough. This almost seems like a path that you'd open from the right side here, right? Like this little tunnel seems suspicious. And perhaps I shouldn't be quite this suspicious of every single tunnel that I see, but I don't know. I feel like I've got like a good 50% chance of being correct. Why do I forget that this is a fall where spikes are below you? What am I doing? This is going exactly the same way as the previous run back. Okay, stop. You literally have the ability to float in air. Just do that. Okay, wonderful. Now this time, hold on. Where's my cocoon actually? Because if it's like halfway through this drop... Yeah, I was gonna say... Okay, no, it's fine. I was gonna say that if it's halfway through this drop, then I want to make sure I don't just fall past it. But I don't think... Well, you would hope that Team Cherry wouldn't do that. That would be hilarious if it just plummeted past it and then couldn't pick it up. Although, of course, you could reset to your bench. That would be especially rude if they, like, reset your spawn down here. Because, like, well, I don't know. They have no reason to do that here. But if they had, like, a particularly spooky boss fight or a section where you get trapped over here, then they could do that. And that sure would be hilarious. No, I had almost enough silk to heal just then, but... Alright, to get rid of the maggot goop on me. Please, I need to hit, like, 2 more enemies. Quickly, before they eat all of my silk. Yes, you are perfect for this. I just need some silk. Enough to get rid of the maggots covering me, thank you. I don't know why Hornet can't just, like, beat them away with their nail. Or needle, rather. I don't know why we need to use silk magic to get rid of the maggots, but I guess... I don't know, I guess that would be an annoying process. You might want to get help from magic. Help from magic. What's that golden marker I have on the right? I'm pretty sure we've already double-checked it last time, because we did run through Bilewater relatively thoroughly last time. I want to say, don't fall into the maggot goop. Where am I? What is the point of the right section of this room? I don't remember. It's fine. We should be above... Yeah, I remember this room. The top left of this is where we got a memory locket. Not the memory locket. We found several. I should sit on a bench, shouldn't I? Hold on. I'm definitely hearing an item here. That's like... It's... I'm not kidding. It's not one of those buzzing bugs again. So many times in Bilewater, I think I hear an item noise. An item tinkle noise somewhere. Tingle, whatever. But then it ends up being one of these buzzing bugs. Not you. They're like tiny background ones. But I swear, in that room, just now, I definitely heard an actual item. There's no way it's one of the bugs. Right? And it's not... You can't hear it here. You can even hear an enemy, but I think that's just that guy that crawls in the background. Okay, I check this. We sacrifice some of our well-being. We'll get covered by maggots. Dude, what? Where? Am I adding a marker here? I'm too suspicious of it. Okay, I could run back to the bench. Just to get rid of, well, the whole maggot situation, but it's fine. I'm sure we'll just hit some enemies along the way. Where are the background crawly guys? I would have thought they'd attack me by now. What am I doing? Whatever. Stay up here and bind. Nope, not allowed, apparently. Dude, you are so fast! Get back here. I genuinely, it's shocking to me how bad I am at dealing with those guys who run away into the background. They weren't so bad in the Growl fight, mostly because you weren't running in tiny corridors as much there. It's just this large arena where you can quite easily tell what you're up to. I'm pretty sure I can use you to climb up here. Yes, I can. Hold on. I really thought I heard an item again. And whatever. I'm not quite sure in that location. But in that other location where I added a marker, it must be. I don't know. I guess it's not that obvious, so it could just be that I'm hearing a random noise there, but it just very much sounds like an item. Uh-oh. Right. This is a bad spot to be. Got it. I remember now. I remember that pickup. Every time I end up there, I remember that, right, that's not where you want to be. But then I'm there anyway. That's fine. As I've said before, these enemies are easy to grind silk off of. As long as you don't mess up the pogo. And as long as the enemy doesn't back up like that. Well, I mean, they can back up, you just need to be ready for it. Okay, we'll climb all the way up there. We should be able to make it to that upper bench without too much trouble. I'm very bad at pogoing these enemies. I guess I just never remember to account for the fact that they ascend. So then I start pogoing and then they ascend, and then they are not in the location where they were previously, but slightly above. Oh, what did I just say? That's the move you don't want to mess up. It's fine. We should be able to bind a bit off of you. That was a bit scary. It's fine. Totally fine. We have so much health at this point that there's basically no danger. Uh-oh. And of course we have double jump, so that also really adds a lot of safety to our whole situation here. Ooh, I really should use that up dash on walls a lot more. I feel like that could make for some fun movement, even if it's not going to be terribly useful! Yeah, what did I say about these essentially being free soul generation machines? Or silk, whatever. I appear to be messing things up a lot. I still stick to what I said though. They are essentially free silk as long as you don't mess up the way that I did. Oh! There we go, pogo on you. Yeah, if you back into a wall, then that's fine with me. Especially because those spikes can't actually kill you. Ooh. I was planning to bind midair, but that wasn't an option, turns out. I had used my last tiny bit of silk that I needed for healing. I had used it with my claw line. Alright, so we're back in Bilewater. This is like the third time we're climbing to this upper area. At least this time we know for a fact that we can make a tiny bit of progress by completing that food quest. And we'll see what that does. Hold on. Does the quest panel tell us what the reward is? It does not. Okay, well, that gives me hope, because if it had just said that, like, I'll give you a mask shard or something, then this would feel... Wait, why am I going up there? This would feel quite pointless. Well, not quite. Not entirely pointless, but still. I want to make progress through these areas. What will you give me, though? Oh, I should have sat on the bench.
You have them, Spider. The smell is upon you. All those organs rich, prepared for feasting.
Indeed. I gathered them. All mainly from Shellwood, really. I think only one of them isn't from Shellwood, which is quite crazy.
You've done well, Spider. Upon these fine meats, my children will gorge and grow.
And better the organs of others than they feed upon your own, yes?
One should not be surprised for the spider to perceive the truth of my requests.
I see, so you're doing this kind of out of self-preservation, huh? A child of one like you, many times I've seen it similar. They will be born hungry, with sharp tooth and claw. In their birth craze, your own meat would delight as much as another bug's. This feast is a distraction, in hope to save your shell.
Is that shameful? A mother who would not sacrifice herself for their children to grow strong? Is it wrong to want? To witness their first flight, their first hunt? To see them kill and grow?
Your choice is your own, tall mother. You won't be judged by me. I've seen enough sacrifice. I've no love for the act. Okay, long claw. Is this just, like, long nail, finally? Increases the range of needle attacks. Talisman fashioned from the talon of a large predator. Interesting. So there is a long nail equivalent in this game. It's not just going to be the crests. Because so far the crests have done a lot to, like, increase your range or decrease it, increase your speed. Like, mostly things that modify your needle have been the task of the crest so far in Silksong. But looks like we actually do get Longclaw. Hold on, what slot does that go in, actually? It is a blue slot. Okay, we don't have an extra blue one. Although, I don't, like, particularly care about the things that are in these slots. Speed of binding. Yeah, like, either of these blue ones, I could swap them out. I would rather not swap to Longclaw, though. Because I don't want to get too used to having a longer nail than I usually do. That could prove troublesome for situations where we don't have it.
All those gooey bugs, also reluctant to share their organs. So much coaxing and gnawing and prodding. They should be proud. Their small sacrifice would become much sustenance for my ferocious young.
Okay, why aren't you proud to be the sacrifice then? Whatever. Have we played the needle in for you? Probably. You don't seem like the kind of NPC I would forget to play the needle in for. Stalk and smell and seek, that I may know your mask's bold. Oh yeah, we also have a courier quest that we need to do to bring something to the mask maker all the way in the top left corner of the map. Honestly, you are barely singing, you are mostly whispering, but that's fine. You are not the only enemy that has done that. Well, this has not been helpful at all in helping me figure out how we could make progress in this area. I have checked down there in the maggot goop. I remember that quite clearly. Whoops. Well, speaking of the maggot goop, guess what I just ended up in? That's fine, we have a bench right here. I guess I'll check the top part of this room again and then I'll try to explore the mist. I don't know, it feels a bit silly trying the same thing over and over again. Hoping that it'll work this time. There's a certain famous quote about that being the definition of insanity or something. But, like, the thing is, we're not trying the exact... Well, we are kind of trying the exact same thing over and over again, but the thing is, what that quote doesn't account for is that you could simply be stupid and miss something the first time. And we have missed things in the past. I think this is the first time I've defeated that enemy without actually taking damage from them. So that's pretty neat. Sometimes you do improve at video games. Well, at least a little. I hear a suspicious noise again, but I think this one is just the bugs buzzing around here. So we can kill the Varnax, but that doesn't help anyone. Certainly not them, and also not me, it seems. They don't even stay gone, they're just gone for a bit. And this doesn't reveal any shortcuts, but like, what is the point of going up there? Was it really just for whatever, like, I probably got rosaries or shell swords from up here? Shell shards. But how do I get up there? I've tried checking this wall, that doesn't help. This led to the chakra situation. Maybe this room also did that. Maybe I could go up from here. Currently the map doesn't indicate that I could, but it could be a secret passage. Although, if it were a secret passage, I would imagine it would connect, like, you'd have to open it from up above. I could go to the Memoriam and see if something leads right from there, or maybe even the Cradle. It might be good to explore the Cradle again. We've only been there once, of course, when we beat the game. Which I just lost. Yeah, I really don't know. This is clearly a separate area, and given that we haven't found the map here, like, it's probably not just this tiny area up here. Like, the entirety of this area is most likely not just this simple, small section that we can access. So here we got the key of Apostate. Did we ever get a song from here? No. Or, well... Did we ever get this corpse to sing? I would say no. Is this where the shortcut's going to be? I think it would be funny if you could, like, open this up somehow. And then both this plant and the jailer would fall. But like... This seems to be a passage that you open from the left, but how? Oh! I forgot. I keep forgetting that that's a thing. And of course I have checked this direction also. I do think just exploring the same area over and over again is fruitless. What about these vines? These aren't even Barnacks who would try to eat me. They're completely regular vines. Nothing interesting about them whatsoever. This door is interesting. It didn't initially look to me like it could be opened, but I guess it theoretically could be opened from, again, the other side, which we don't have access to. Well, while we're here, just out of curiosity, I will go check out that little part of the map there to the right. I don't expect it to allow me to make any sort of progress, but as I said, while we're here, might as well check. I don't think I can go up that. I don't think I can go up that little crevice there. In here, we probably just got like a tool or something. Yeah, I appear to have broken a thing here. Was that where I got the map? Because I don't think we found Chakra as a map seller in this area. We did encounter Chakra here later when we did, you know, Chakra's Mentor's Quest thing. Oh, have I been up here? Maybe not. Hate for their light, hate for their pins, for their waste poured thick and endless. This is talking about the Citadel. Fill your hearts with hate, for power has now been claimed, and with it we shall punish. Right, so this is the, like, society of the people living in Bilewater, and I guess the reason this place is also gross is because of waste from the Citadel. But who wrote this? Was this, like, actually Grohl? Is Grohl the one that claimed the power? Could be. Oh, look at these piles of maggots. I am still not in the area that I actually meant to check for upwards passages in, though I'm... Well, it's not like I'm upset about checking for passages in that other section. Right, these are the hunter creatures that hop out. We've seen plenty of them in the Grohl fight. Could you... Wait a minute. Oh, that is actually for sure something up there. And I don't think I've ever been here. Have I? No, nope, never mind, I have. I remember this from the run back. We've got some traps here. Oh, I remember, because this one enemy up here is who I grinded a decent bit of soul off of. Well, but I think that also means that there's almost no way this leads anywhere, because I've seen this place so many times. Okay, I think we have to leave Bilewater without any new discoveries yet again. We got Longclaw, so that's something. We got a new, well, tool. I keep wanting to call them charms, but I think I managed to catch myself most of the time. Do I have anything in my bonus slot right now? Because okay, I have silk speed anklets. Alright, yeah, I definitely don't mind extra speed, even though it does consume silk. But silk is something that we can replenish anyway. Hold on. You know what? You know my silk regeneration thing? Does it only generate the first bit of silk? I guess I can't easily run out silk. I can just do this. Does it only regenerate the first bit of silk? Like, it won't give me 3 slots at the end? Yeah, it won't. I thought that was how it functioned, but I just had to check. In case my impression so far had been wrong. Sometimes you can go, whoops, through a whole game without fully realizing how some of its mechanics work. What am I doing? Bit of a silly maneuver to take this much damage on my way down. So, Bilewater is a no-go. Do I run back down to the mist and try something again? I feel like I've already given the mist so many chances to reveal something to me. Or, if you think of it from a different perspective, I've given myself so many chances to figure out what to do with the mist, and I haven't been able to do so yet. This might be our 5th time going back there. The point is that the problem is that you really just can't know whether you are missing an ability or you're just being stupid and you should be able to figure the puzzle out. Or, well, missing an ability or some knowledge that the game is meant to give you. Am I lacking in wits, or am I lacking in knowledge that the game hasn't given me yet? Uncertain. Completely not sure. I've checked down there, surely. You know what? I'm gonna fight that moss enemy. Not like I'm doing anything much smarter with my time right now anyway. And I need to learn how to deal with you. I mean, I guess I don't. Do I need to track you by your voice? Because, like, sometimes in these winding tunnels, they kind of leave for a while anyway. Oh, I think you're to my left. Did you show up? Ah, there you are. Yeah, well, I guess that's an okay way to defeat you. But also my nail is so much, or my needle is so much stronger now. That well, I don't know how much of a triumph we should count this as. Whoops. Do I have any pale oil left? Because I know we got a second one last time, but I believe we also used it. Because I remember the pinstress, I don't know. They were, like, shocked that we managed to find another one. Yeah, I'd want to sit on this bench, and then we'll go explore the mist. And probably not figure anything out this time either. The issue is that if I don't... If I can't go up, and if I can't go here, I don't fully know what to do. Because, like, yes, I could do some side quests, I could deliver stuff to the Mask Maker. But I don't see how, like... I don't think so far any side quests like that have ever unlocked, like, a full new path for us. I guess I could stumble upon a new area by coincidence, by just attempting to do those quests, but that doesn't... Like that, if anything, that would only be a coincidence. I don't think it would be thanks to me doing those quests, you know? So... Are there any unexplored directions on the map? Yes, we are in the mist currently. But, just in general, if I go through this map, are there any open paths that I simply haven't taken? The cradle had something suspicious here, apparently. Other than that, I feel like I also explored the cradle quite thoroughly. We could explore Mount Faye again. It's been a while since we were there last, but also I don't know that we have any new movement ability since then. I could check this way, but I think Hornet would just say the same thing, that like, I should turn back. I could also try going left from there, but I imagine that's the same thing. I'm pretty sure we can't even reach all that far left. Because there's just worms below the ground there, or not. But they are the ground, not below the ground. They're quite above the ground, or at least interchangeably between different worms. There's always a covering of worms on the ground. I still don't know what to do about this door, if anything can even be done about it. Maybe I should just go see Craw Lake again, in case something's changed there, because things do change in areas that you've been to. Apparently we also have a marker here for white. Oh, that's underneath the elevator. Right, I remember I wanted to check that out. I'm not quite sure how we'll accomplish that, because I don't think we can make our way up here. Like, we can go down this way, but I don't know that we can ever go up through there. Even with double jump. This is where we fought the first sinner. Something's over here. This is where... Okay, well, this is where Lumble the Lucky is, the person we played dice with. We should probably still try to go there and see if we can beat them. However, the way that marker is placed, did I simply not have the map at that point? Or, because like the marker is in the ceiling, which makes it sound like it might be a double jump opportunity, and I didn't have double jump back then. However, it could also very likely be that I simply hadn't like drawn this part of the map in yet. So I just kind of vaguely placed it where my symbol was on the map, on the compass. Okay, let's... currently, though, we are in the mist. We might end up in the top left area soon. We might try to do the Mask Maker delivery. Should I try to listen to the music? In the Lost Woods in Zelda, you can try to hear which direction the like Lost Woods theme, Zarya song, is coming from. And that will indicate which is the correct direction. You can also sort of look at the transitions in Ocarina of Time, of course. I think it's what, like, the extra dark ones that let you through. Or is that only in the 3DS version? I'm not sure. Or is it only not in the 3DS version? In one of the versions, you can just look at the transitions and the correct one looks different. Hold on, I also heard some tinkling. Like a crystal-y noise. Yeah, what is that? Is that just ambient? Or... it might just be the chains doing that. Oh? Yeah, it's almost certainly just the chains. And these bugs, they're so suspicious. Like, are these the same bugs that helped Hornet break free of the rune cage? And sometimes it feels like they're guiding you towards an entrance, and then other times they don't. Have I tried playing my needle in here? Maybe I've tried playing it to the wraiths. What if I went up to the white bugs? Yeah, you. Would you, like, start leading the way for me? Oh? Oh? Hang on a minute. It seemed to me like you went towards that entrance. Because at first, that first room, we always go through a first initial room that leads into the mist, but isn't like part of the whole mist confusion itself. If we fade out in the darkness or in the fog and the mist, we also end up there. That also has these bugs when we first run through it. And I wonder if that might be an indication that you do need to follow them. Let's see. You are moving. Uh-huh. And you are also guiding me to this entrance. Okay, I think we might be figuring something out. I tried following the bugs before, but they were never moving. I just tried following their positions. Okay, don't play the needle in yet. Whoops. We try to defeat this wraith first. Oh, hold on. Oh, I'm gonna fade out. Well, that was a bit silly. It was a pretty unfortunate location for an aerial battle, though. We really didn't have much space to recover. Hornet, wake up! Come on. I think we're actually figuring out the mist, which I'm very excited about. We found this place so long ago. Like, the first time we entered the mist was ages ago, when we were first exploring Sinner's Road. Which, I don't know if we had even been to the Citadel yet. It might have been the first... Like, it might have been right after we first entered the Citadel, something like that. Or it might have been right after we first got wall jump, even, before we entered the Citadel. But in any case, it was a while ago. And that means I've been puzzled by the mist's confusing fade-out system, or confusing maze system, for ages now. I imagine you should you should die in at most 3 hits by now, because I'm pretty sure you used to take 4 with my other upgrade, with whoever upgraded my needle was previously, and we have upgraded it at least once since. Hello? Lead the way? Yes, thank you. Down below, you're telling me? Here? Let's see, where do you go? This is actually a very cool puzzle. It's kind of fun that I came back here so many times, and then eventually I tried just this random thing. Well, it's not random. I had a reason to try this, and it seems to have actually been the answer. Well, I don't know. I guess I could also be going off on a wild goose chase chasing red herrings again. Like we did the last time I tried to follow these bugs when I hadn't figured out how to make them move. But that was more of just, you know, me taking a wild guess like, these bugs are suspicious. But I think I've finally figured out... Like, I don't know, I just think it's very neat that I tried, I guess, what was like almost the correct solution, but then left, because it wasn't quite there. And now I figured out the next step, and here we go. It almost reminds me of Outer Wilds. You might get somewhere where you like don't have the knowledge for a certain thing yet, and then you try again. Sometime later, where either you have new knowledge or you just have had some time to mull it over. This room is very similar to that other one. Hello? Yeah, then you have some time to mull it over, or maybe you just come back with a different state of mind, or that day your brain works better. You realize what to do. It's just very cool. I think the music is picking up. It's certainly changing. It didn't sound quite like this before. Well, I say certainly, but I'm not actually that certain. I just thought it sounded different just now. Okay, yep, that's gonna fall. Up above to the top left. Did you go here? I think so. I'm gonna defeat this wraith. We probably need a hunter's journal. Ah, don't take my silk. I need that. Give it back. We probably need a hunter's journal entry for these wraiths. I thought this platform was just gonna fall, and I was fine with that. But it did a bit more than that. Or well, I don't know. It just didn't fall. It did a very different thing. It didn't do more than fall, it just did a completely separate thing. So, let's try to not die to the wraiths here. This room doesn't look very different from any of the other ones, but I do still feel like we're making progress. Hold on, let's just take care of... Whoops, I really thought you were gonna dive in a slightly different direction. There we go. I just want to confirm that it is that upper entrance that they went to. Let's follow you. And the thing is, like, as I said, it's not actually a random solution. Because as you're running through this area, at first, you'll be lost. You won't know where to go at all. It seems like none of this makes sense. And then you'll notice that, all of these rooms have these bugs in them. Which I did. I noticed that. And then look at that. That bear trap, like, chopped that spool in half. Oh! Yeah, and then, you know, after you've wandered around for a bit, you might notice, or, you know, another time that you come back, you notice that, there are these suspicious bugs here, and they helped us before. You might remember that from the first cutscene. And, of course, you might notice that when you run into this area, they do, like, react to you moving through. Like, they seem somehow significant. But then, of course, I didn't immediately figure out how to make use of them. I tried seeing, like, okay, are they near any particular entrance? But no, that's not it. You need to play the needle in for them, and then they'll be your friends. Hello? Could you lead the way? I'm being chased by a wraith, but it's fine. It's totally fine. I'm always doing that anyway. Okay, let's go. This is a new, like, transition room, I think. A new horizontal room. Or actually, no, not a transition... Well, sort of a transition room. It seems like this is more significant than the previous one was. I'm so glad that I figured this out, actually. This is so awesome. What? We're in... Back in Bilewater. Somehow. Okay, so we, like, this here was the mist and now we're here. Interesting, because a very similar mist area was down here. But we are not to the left of that, of course. I'm very curious how all of that works together. Wait, is this a drop? No, it isn't. It's not where we dropped down into from Citadel. Okay, that's crazy. What am I hearing up above? Is that like a windmill? A big wings flapping? Also, this is a massive building in the background. Look at that. This sort of reminds me of, what? I think the Teacher's Archives has a slightly similar entrance, but it certainly doesn't have this much of a, like a parallax 3D effect going on. Not a parallax barrier 3D effect. Very different thing. This is a... stereoscopically, this is still 2D, of course, but... look at this. That certainly is more of a 3D effect than almost an area in Hollow Knight has, I feel. Okay, so we have an entrance to the left and we have a crazy spooky door to go into. Which do we do first? I think I take the door. Hello? Exhaust organ. Okay, organ as in, like, the instrument? I think so. I think we're even sort of hearing organ music-like sounds in the background. I hope there's a bench in here. Though, of course, if there isn't, we will deal with it. It's not that hard to get back here. I probably meandered a bit too much in the mist anyway, like we could get here faster. This still very much reminds me of the Teacher's Archives, even the way that this is symmetric. It's like this vertical area with symmetry about the center. Is this horizontal symmetry or vertical symmetry? Like which one? The axis that everything's reflected around is a vertical thing. Does that mean this is horizontally symmetric or vertically? I don't remember which way around the terms go. Although I think we're losing some of that symmetry. Are we? I don't know. If this is anything like Teacher's Archives, going straight up should lead me to a bench. I'm just slightly hesitant to pick any direction because there are so many ways to go. Well, okay. I guess we have to pick some direction. Look at that! I think I picked the correct one. The way that silk broke sounded very interesting. It almost sounded like a rough tearing noise. I don't think we've heard that before. Well, I'm glad to have a bench. Because why wouldn't I be? Exhaust organ. We don't actually have this on the map. Because, of course, this section here is the mist, but then you'd think that at least the room that I was in, like once it told us that we were in Bilewater again, you'd think that at least that would get added to the map, but it hasn't. That has not happened. Alright, hold on. You can definitely get up there from here, right? Unless you can't wall jump here. Oh, you can't wall jump up there. Well, there we go. There you go then. I'm now sort of inclined to think that that upper path in the middle is actually the way to go. So I'm gonna check this way first. I'm getting a feeling that this might be bonus. Well, that feeling is fading a bit. So at this point I just have no clue. Hold on. Should I try to check up in here? Perhaps I shouldn't be too worried about secrets right now. No, but I should. It's never a bad time to be worried about secrets. Uh-oh. Watch out. Don't go up there. I think so far I haven't found any cases where they hid a secret like in one of these steam tunnels. But that almost sounds like a bad sign, right? Like, initially you might think, yeah, I guess Team Cherry just, you know, wasn't mean enough to hide a secret in one of them. But, like, surely they would hide at least one. At one point in time, they would hide at least one secret in one of these steam tunnels. And surely then I should be worried that I haven't found any. Like, yeah, maybe they're not a common place to hide secrets, but surely you'd at least have one. Which is why I should be suspicious. Like, these silk cocoons that I have too many silk eaters. Can I sell them? We have we already maxed out our silk eaters. I can't believe it. I'm picking up pointless ones. That's so silly. How many is the max, actually? 10. Okay. Whoops, I didn't mean to heal. I guess I needed 1 HP extra, so why not? I mean, I didn't need it, but we had an extra slot, so why not? The heal wasn't completely wasted. Perhaps even a good idea. Okay, so can't go down through here. There was something that we could break over here on the left, so we should probably go ahead and do that. Hopefully no one was down there. That doesn't look like it would have been a fun object to get hit by. What is this? It's like a big old mirror? Is that what this is? Looks like a mirror to me. Should I play a needle in thing? Yes. Who's that figure? She spun us to fade. Why us? Why us, sister? Okay. I don't think we're getting any more dialogue out of that, but I want to write that down for sure. Where's lore? Lore. Here are my lore notes. She spun... Whoops. What is this? Lore in... Organ exhaust. Mirror. She spun us to fade. Why us, sister? I don't know. Who are they even talking about? She spun us to fate. This sort of reminds me of how we found Eve, who was this, like, creation of the Weavers, it seems. And she was, like, too dangerous or scary or something, so they locked her up in Weavnestatla. And Eve somehow seems content with that even. So is this a similar thing? But it's not exactly the same, because whoever spun... I don't know who we're even seeing in this mirror, of course. But it sounds like... If the sister in question is Grandmother Silk, or maybe some of the Weavers, then this isn't like a purely new creation. It's more of a, like, it's a sibling that they, like, trapped here. I'm not sure. Like, it sounds like whoever spun them to fate was at some point an equal to them. Why us, sister? Unsure. I should now be able to descend down here. Yes, this is a shortcut. I don't think that elevator is moving anytime soon, but that's fine. We have a cling grip, as it's called in Silksong. Is that where I came from? It might be. Well, do I want to, like, rely on that? I'm not sure. Looks like we're going that way, and I think that means I didn't come from there. Oh, hello. We love finding secrets. I'm very curious to know how many secrets I've just run past, but I'm sure that's something I'll discover over the next several years as we play Silksong. What did I... Okay. I have now exited, but I imagine I'm still inside an internal area. Am I? Like, am I actually... If I move left here, will I move left on the map? Let's see. I can't quite tell. I think I'm still indoors. Hold on. So before I do that, this seems like the actual way to go. And, well, no, except for the fact that that was a pretty secret area. Would that actually be the way to go? No. It looks like this might be the way to go then. Let's try to figure this out. We've got some spools over here. Boss fight chamber? Oh, I don't know which way we want to go first. This is... Oh, this is so certainly a boss fight chamber. Do they have like a mask for come there? Okay, hold on. This is the way to go. In which case... Whoops. In which case... Oh, right. There's no point in placing a marker. Oh! Didn't quite make it through there. There's no point in placing a marker because we are not, like, on a place where our position affects the map, really. We are in an indoors area. What am I doing? I'm just jumping into random organ exhaust blasts. Wait, is that what these have been in every location? Maybe. Okay, let's go back to the secret. This appears to be bonus. Although, quite a large area to be bonus. Who knows? We'll explore this first. It seems like that other thing is certainly something we don't want to miss, so I think it's unlikely that I'll forget to go back there. Oh, hello! Look at that, another flea. I feel like you find fleas way less frequently than we found grubs in Hollow Knight. I could be wrong about that, of course. But it feels like we almost have, like, maybe the same amount of fleas as you had grubs in Hollow Knight, but the map is much larger, so they're more spread out. Could be wrong about that. Where am I going? Oh! We were up above there, above this area. Hold on. Well, now I want to go back there, because I didn't thoroughly explore that. That makes sense, though. That means we were in the actual, like, map section there. That's cool. And we can also make it back up there really easily, so that's convenient. I'm thinking... Whoops. Did I just dash to the right? Did I, like, grab onto the left wall somehow? I think that's what happened. Okay. So, I do think this was actually just for the flea. Well, that's good. We found other rooms like that, it's just this time it's not. It's like part of a different room. And just this path was for the flea. In any case, that means we can now go this way. I'm glad I went back that way. Because now we have that taken care of and we can enter this presumably boss fight. Hello? Yeah, that sounds like a boss fight to me. Oh my goodness. Phantom. Hello. Phantom of the Opera. Okay, watch out. You have a golden, like, you have a pretty long pin. I don't think most of, like, I don't know. We fought lots of enemies with different needles and pins as weapons, and I think this is the longest pin that we've seen, which is quite fitting since we just recently got Longclaw. Is this music a bit too loud? I think it might be. I don't know. What am I doing? I'm just sitting in the enemy and taking damage. Let's avoid that. Wait, that's a Hornet move. How you, like, toss your needle and then dash towards it. That's the thing that Hornet does in Hollow Knight. Hold on, this is a bit too loud. I should not. Oh, actually, no, it's not. I'm a liar. My own volume is too loud. It might actually be quiet for you. I'm very good at audio balancing. I don't know if you've ever noticed that by all the times that I complain about it. And you didn't actually dash towards your needle? Do you only dash towards it when I'm like between there? No, you did that just then for fun. Okay, hold on. I need to stop throwing. I'm really messing this up in a lot of silly ways. What? Oh, you're kidding me. Hold on. There we go. Now my volume should be at its typical level for stream. Yeah. I need to, I always, oh dang it. That's a bit scary. Stay out of that. I really should pay attention to the fight, dang it. I think I could have first tried this, at least until we get to a second phase. I was just being very reckless in that fight. Very sloppy on my part. Let's try that again. If I, instead of jumping, if I did this, is this faster? No, that doesn't look faster at all. Alright, good to know. Wait, can I not just... No, I can't just climb up that section. That's fine. And look at that, yet another short run back that people should have no reason to complain about at all. Alright, hello. Get over here, Phantom. Let's have a bit of a fight, shall we? Oh! Right, hold on, I'm just sitting inside Steam Blast. That's slightly dangerous. Anyway, we're gonna do a hitless fight. Watch this, it's gonna be so... starting now. It's gonna be so easy. What am I doing? This looks like it's gonna be a fun time. Dude, stop! I'm throwing so hard. This fight is so easy so far. Again, who knows what happens in the next phase, but currently every single one of these attacks has been so easily avoidable, and I just haven't avoided any of them. You're gonna fall onto me. Yeah, well, whoops. Alright, we're gonna stop. We're going to stop throwing now. And by that I mean at this moment, at this current moment, right? Dang, stop! Stop throwing things at me. Well, don't. We of course want you to keep doing all of your attacks. Because that's the fun of the boss fight. Hello, get over here. Yeah, just ask that. You really do give me kind of Hornet vibes, combined with your own moves, of course, but just the way that you throw your needle and then we have to, or your pin, whatever. The way that you, oh, this is bad. The way that you throw it and then you follow it is exactly like Hornet in Hollow Knight. Oh, stop throwing that at me. Again, I'm just saying that. I don't want you to actually stop until we beat you. Although, yeah, I'm pretty sure that this game just doesn't have a God Home-like thing yet. So we can't refight bosses without just playing through the whole story again, as far as I know. Which is quite sad. I would love to get a boss rush mode. They must add one, surely. Like, they had God Home in Hollow Knight. I don't think there's any way that they don't end up adding one for Silksong. Whoops. Nice parry move. Oh, I almost didn't get hit by that. Or what? No, I almost got hit by that. And it was honestly mostly luck that I didn't. I feel like you've started attempting to parry me more. Okay, so you dash past your needle there, actually. I know I'm not using tools. That is intentional. I think I'd rather just not do that. We're gonna get good at net combat. I keep mentioning that I really like that like down pogo and then dash move. It feels so swift and fast, but I've never actually really used it in combat or movement. It's just something that I do accidentally for fun sometimes. And then that's it. So I should try to see if I can actually make use of it somewhere. Or is it just a silly move that I like? Although, I said I'm not using tools. Maybe I should use my silk skills. Oh, stay away from that. Never mind. No silk skills for us. We're gonna heal. Oh, that could have hit me. That did hit me. Hello. Yep, do your little needle dash. I guess it's not that little. Oh! You attempted to drop onto me there. This is fine. You just do your big blast. Whoops. I shouldn't have jumped into your trajectory. It's fine. I needn't have jumped into your trajectory. I needn't. I needn't have jumped into there. That's very awkward to say. Stop making funny puns. Well, how funny they are exactly is very debatable. They're not exactly meant to be funny. I just thought it would be a silly thing to say. Oh! Oh! What was that? Clash exchange. RB parry? What? There's no way we're unlocking a parry move? What? Hornet just learned to parry in the middle of the fight? Learned the silk skill. Okay. Our 5th silk skill. That's cool. Cross stitch. Press RB. Bind silk around the needle to deflect enemy attacks and instantly strike back. Silk skills can be equipped in the crest screen of the menu. There's no way. They actually have like a separate parry move in addition to just the one where you block attacks? What is this? Grey Ghost. Defeat Phantom. So I just... What? I guess that makes sense, because Hornet does have like an explicit parry move in Hollow Knight. So now in addition to just swinging at enemy attacks, we could use that. That's so cool, but it does cost Silk. Interesting, a parry that costs a resource. Yeah, it's a regenerating resource, but still. What? Oh my goodness. I mean, I imagine this isn't going to be quite as parry heavy as Nine Souls still. Especially since they couldn't have designed all of Silksong around the parry like they did Nine Souls, because that's like the main ability that you have in that game. Man, I need to play more Nine Souls actually. I need to do another challenge run. Well, this is very cool. Do I bleed the needle in? Will that give us something? No, not quite. That was a fun fight, but again, over a bit too fast. Yeah, I know I died, what, once? Twice? But that was all because I was being silly. Do we unlock the ventricle system here? No, I think that's just a regular elevator. Yeah. This doesn't even use steam or pneumatic tubes or whatever. Just a regular elevator. Can I make you lower without, like, actually riding you? No. Seems like I can't, because I'm curious what's above you. But I don't think... Yeah, I'm stuck. The safety systems are too good on these elevators. Oh well, take me back up, please. I imagine I need to exit for it to, like, realize that I want to go back up. And that's probably a good thing, because otherwise you might just accidentally ride it back up when you didn't mean to. Alright, so... Where has this taken me? I am in the Underworks? There's no way. It's also... So the mist took me here. It was like this transition area between Bilewater and, well, that whole organ section, and I guess the Underworks in general. Huh. That's pretty cool, but then that... The path that leads you into the Mist Inciner's Road, surely that must then lead us to something different, right? Okay, well that's certainly cool. And hopefully I remember that this path exists here. I don't know how it will look like on the map. In any case, I don't think it unlocks anything new for us in the Underworks. It's just a very nice way for the map to connect yet again. We've been unlocking some very fun shortcuts recently, like that thing, when we got cursed with the roots, we unlocked a path from Shellwood directly to... Yeah, directly to the Marrow, which is very cool. It made sense. Like, in hindsight, it made perfect sense that these areas would, you know, get yet another connection. Because otherwise you just have these long horizontal stretches of maps that aren't connected at all. Long horizontal stretches of map, rather. So it very much makes sense to connect them up. Oh, we're not getting the steam blasts anymore. Oh, but does that mean that I should, like, give another shot at exploring these tunnels? Now that there's no time pressure to make sure that you're not sitting in the steam? Perhaps. Although I still somewhat doubt that there's actually going to be anything up these. Or down these. Oh! Yeah, let's just do a bit of a magnificent backflip into spikes. Incredible idea, Hornet. Let's just do that again. Let's not drop down there. I must have checked to the left here, right? Yes, this was the mirror. Let's actually play that again. Now that we've seen the boss. Do you look like the Phantom did? I can't quite tell. And we also have Lace standing here. Did I ever notice that or comment on that? I think we're seeing, like, a fragment of the past where Lace was standing in front of the mirror, but, like... Is this even a mirror? Was it someone trapped, like a capsule for trapping someone, and Lace was standing here and looking at them? Whose words are these exactly? Are these Lace's? I feel like the fact that I noticed Lace here, like, standing here just now, I think I've been very... blind in terms of not noticing the stand. Like, I've noticed that there were figures standing whenever we played the needle in locations like these, but I never actually paid attention to what the figures looked like, because I guess I was paying attention to I guess I was paying attention to the text, and for some reason I just didn't think the actual figures, like what they looked like, would be significant. But no, like that there was clearly Lace standing there. Yeah, I certainly feel a bit silly for not paying more attention to the actual visuals that happen when we play the needle in. I think that might have given me some essential context in some of these locations at the very least. Did I... No, this is the path that we took to get up here, isn't it? Like, this was essential in actually allowing us to progress. Yes, so we've wrapped around. This has nothing. I don't remember if it always had nothing, but in any case, it seems to have been emptied out by now. Yes, and here's the vertical shaft. The main one, that is. And I imagine up here... Yeah, that's blocked off. Alright, cool. Well, the reason I'm running backwards through here is that I would like to get back to Boilwater, because I imagine that's going to be the most convenient way for me to get into Sinner's Road. And, of course, hold on, we never went left from here, right? I left this for later. This might get... Wait, what? Where even am I? Exhaust organ. Oh yeah, we actually have a map for this now. I don't know why it didn't fill this in before when we sat on this bench. Hold on, Sinner's Road. We are not in the mist anymore. Yeah, the mist is just like gone from here. Wait, what if I ran to the right though? Do I want to do that? I'm going to try. It might throw me like to the beginning of the mist all the way on the right side, which would not be ideal. But I'm just kind of curious to see. Does this still count as the mist? No, it's a direct connection now. So I don't think we'll ever be getting a map for the mist. Wait, but what then? What? Oh, that was close. What happens if we like fill out all of these connections? Can we just not access the mist again? I'm mainly worried about that because of the Hunter's Journal. Like if I don't get all the entries for the Wraiths, what then? Cross stitch. Oh, and it came up here? I really thought all the bonus abilities would go down below. Sharp dart. Huh. I guess cross stitch is actually meant to be one of the first 3 major abilities, and this was a bonus one? Like Sharp Dart and Rune Rage? No, but... Oh, I don't know. I guess maybe they aren't bonus ones. Maybe they're all like equally strong and valid abilities. It's just like, at the very least, Rune Rage seemed so much more special because we found like a crazy secret boss that seemed significant to the story. And none of these... And I don't know. I guess I just figured this current one was the closest one to that. Not like... The random like dash spear move that we found just by using a simple key and getting into Weave Nest, whatever it was called, in the bottom left of the area, near the wormways. Yeah. This, though, is a completely new part of Sinner's Road, which is very exciting. I wonder how many of the other previous areas that we've been in, how many of those still hide areas like this? Because, for example, as I already mentioned, this entire section of Shellwood we hadn't been in until we got... freaking infected by the whole creepy root creature. So I feel like lots of places that we feel like we've explored might still hide locations like that. Which isn't exactly like a crazy revelation. Because you expect to either miss things or just not have had the chance to get to them yet. And sometimes they're going to be in existing areas. That all just makes sense. Especially in Silksong, where it feels like older, like previous areas change more than they did in Hollow Knight. So it's not like it's some crazy massive revelation like, oh my goodness, there are things in areas that we've already been to that we can still unlock, we can still find new sections of them. Like, that's not exactly shocking. But it is interesting, it is fascinating. Okay, I don't think I want to drop down that large pit quite yet. I can pogo on these spikes, that's good. They are not soft thorns. It's always good to make sure which spikes you can pogo on and which you can't. This Silksong, something that's been very cool about Silksong is that it has a lot of variety in spikes. I mean, it has a lot of variety in like every environmental detail. But that, of course, includes the spikes. Alright, that pit doesn't seem to have been too bad a thing to fall down. Well, except for these creatures in the background. Pretty sure they had a rough fall. But my point is, for me, I should try to drop down it just to see if there's a secret in the top right. I don't think there will be. But just to be sure. That was yet another one of those silly pogo timings where you pogo a bit too late and then you end up in spikes. I guess the pogos in Hollow Knight work the same way. If you pogo a bit too late, then you are already descending into the spikes, and even though you get like the pogo tink, you're fine. Oh! And this is the section that connected to the mist in Sinner's Road. Hunter's Journal. Please tell me I have all the Wraith entries. Oh, goodness. Please. What are you? First Sinner. Oh, I never read your entry, there's no way. Ancient Weaver condemned for a transgression lost to time. This one's husk held a masterful talent to weave silk into blazing runes. Throughout my life, I have seen runes woven for many tasks. Was she the first to hone such skills? Who knows? Hold on, and you, Phantom. Mournful creature tasked alone to expel the Citadel's choking refuse. Their talent with the long pin is unmatched. Yeah, this is a long pin. I think it's the longest pin we've seen. I don't know, maybe I'm just noticing it because it's wielded by such a small enemy. Like, it might be that one of the larger knights have also wielded long pins. Though grey with age, their frayed forms suggested a being strung from silk, one who welcomed a decisive end in combat over a slow decline. Yes. Well, we are back in Sinner's Road. I don't know that we have much to do here. We could go speak to Kroll and Benjin again, but I have a feeling they would rather be left alone. They haven't cared too much for us. Is this an elevator? Like, did these people fall down in an elevator? Or is this like part of a bridge that collapsed up above? I'm actually curious to see. I don't think this, matters at all in terms of the story or unlocking things, but I'm just curious. If they add this collapse detail down here, can we see what collapsed? Like, did this used to be a platform and that's what fell down? Maybe. Okay, hold on. Right, but the reason I came in here in the first place, do I have the Wraith entry? Where might they be? Can I recognize them? I'm very bad at, like, finding the correct entry here. What? Shardillard. Devious ambusher that poses as a fossil. Defeat one more. Hold on. We found you after we exited Shellwood into the Marrow. And I think that... yeah. So we should be able to find more of you there. Where are the phantoms? There you are. Or Wraiths, actually. Sorry. We defeated the phantom. That was a singular boss, not a regular enemy. Not to bug, but a projection of another's will cast in Smog and Silk. Cool. So we have their entries. That means I don't need to worry about not being able to get another, like, you know, and not being able to complete their Hunter's Journal entry. But I do wonder what would have happened if I'd done the thing that I did just now. I conquered the mist. What would have happened if I'd done this before I ever completed the Hunter's Journal for the Wraiths? Really, I'm somewhat concerned about the answer to that, but I guess it doesn't matter too much. Well, given that this connects us right back to Bylewater, that means we have a Bellway station right nearby. And this is also the closest Bellway station to Sinner's Road that we have. Which is also pretty convenient, because previously the best way we had of getting to Sinner's Road was, you know, we either go to Bylewater station, which is quite far, or, well, was quite far before this connection. Yeah, because you need to do this, like, loop around. So you either had that, or you had to go to the halfway home, and then that also... Well, I don't know, it's not really that long of a journey to Sinner's Road, but still... And you know what, actually? I think this place here is about as far from Sinner's Road as the Greymore one is. It's just this is a bit less of a climb. You just kind of run straight and then descend. In any case, I don't know that we'll have too much of a reason to go back to Sinner's Road anyway. Right, well, that's at least one new area. Well, no, not quite a new area. We conquered the mist, but it didn't end up being a separate area. It was more of a temporary mystery section. And we still don't know how to ascend up above here. I must have tried the needle in up there. Yeah, okay, I simply don't know. Don't know what to do about that. We could go do the Mask Maker's career quest again, or, well, we could attempt it at least. I don't know that that would lead me to any new areas, because as I already said, I don't think side quests tend to do that sort of thing. I don't think they enable you to find a whole new area, other than just by coincidence, because you might end up passing a new entrance. But, well, the path towards the Mask Maker seems to take us through familiar paths. Oh, should we talk to the Hermit again? See if they comment on us being healed now? It doesn't seem, you know, it's clear that they weren't the only person who could have pointed us that way, because also Craig in the halfway home said something. Anyway, hello. Yeah, whatever. You just revert back to your usual state of not wanting to talk to me at all. That's fine. It is at least nice that you helped us, even though somewhat begrudgingly. I wonder if there will be anything more with the Hermit, or if that's it. If the Hermit had been the only person who could point us to Yarnaby, I would think that that's it. That's all that the Hermit can do. But given that other people can also point us to Yarnaby, I'm not so sure. Well, we can sharpen our pin. We probably don't have any relics, right? No, we do have a lot of memory lockets. But what I might, but I'm not going to use another quest, so I don't know why I'm going to... I think we'll just use all of them at once at the end, maybe. That would be cool. The delivering's all broken, Broke? They sure are. Let's just try to do the Mask Maker delivery. I sat on the bench here, right? I think so. Let's try to deliver the liquid lacquer. Now, last time we made it, like, pretty far into the run, or at least halfway. Like, we made it to the slab. Our thanks go full with you. That tries again. Yeah, climb to the frozen peak. We will do that. Yeah, so we stayed pretty safe the whole journey, and then we got to the slab, and we took 3 hits of damage in one room, which was very silly. Who knows? Maybe we'll never, maybe this time we'll struggle more in the initial run through. But we'll try our best. We also have Silk Speed Anklex right now, which, well, on one hand should make this run way faster. But perhaps the speed will also be slightly risky. Perhaps there's more of a chance of me just accidentally dashing into an enemy. I don't think that's quite out of the question. Now, what are these? Are these enemies called Fascias? Yeah, those ones? I think so. Ooh, stay away from the explosion. Yep. Oh, and the way that they shoot out. I'm kind of just trying to rush through this room a bit faster than we did last time, because I certainly spent a decent amount of time dealing with these Fascias. Okay. That jump at the end there was also this risky last time. But it seems to have worked out both times, I think. I think if we end up having to do this a third time, I will certainly take damage there. But fortunately, it's pretty close to the beginning anyway. So it's unlikely to matter too much. Should I try going left from here again, just to see if Hornet says anything different now? I don't think she would, because like, in terms of Hornet's own knowledge, she doesn't know that we've beaten Grandmaster Silk yet, or Grandmother Silk, sorry. She does not know that. The timeline has reset back to the point before we ever did that. Which means from Hornet's perspective, this is quite funny, because we defeated Lace and then we just turned back. That would be what Hornet's perception of events is, wouldn't it? I think so. I love how, like, dark and windy this place gets. Like, the sand just covers up the whole screen. Oh, I should not have waited like this. Now that conch fly, or whatever they're called, has a chance to shoot their awful projectiles at me. And when I say awful, I mean the projectiles are very cool. It's just, oh boy, I'm not at all confident in my ability to properly evade them. Oh, right. Dashing over that guy the way that I did is certainly the way to go, because I'm very good at forgetting that that guy even exists. So the fact that I just happened to have enough height to soar over them is very welcome. Yeah, we just go over you. Now that we have double jump, we have an even more convenient path back through here. We don't even have to worry about that guy down below. Not that that matters too much. We have a pretty consistent jump to get it past them. Oh my god! I don't know how I didn't take damage from that. I guess those coral things in the ceiling don't actually deal damage. They only spawn an enemy to chase you. Whew. In any case, very glad that I didn't end up running into that. The fleas are still waiting for a new cave. I'm sorry, I just haven't found any big safe caves. I'm sure we'll get to that. So our plan is to, like, most of this path is the same as the delivering the Rasher was, up until the point where we, well, get a bit into the Citadel and then we turn left instead of going right. And then hopefully this time the slab will not completely take me out in just a single room. That was a pretty funny way for that quest to end previously. Oh, the Coral Chambers music. Every time I come here, I forget that I'm about to, like, enter the Coral Chambers and hear this music again. So it always catches me by surprise. And oh boy, is it a pleasant surprise. I need to get past you, that's right. Let's just bait you over here. Then you're gonna jump, but that's fine. I can leap over you. Hornet is very nimble, I'll have you know. We should also go into the Memoriam, or whatever it was called, to look for Jubilana. I don't think that'll help me unlock a new area. I'm pretty sure it's just a fun side quest again that we're doing to keep the people happy and just be nice. But, well, while we're at the Memoriam, I could perhaps pay close attention to the walls that lead to the right from it. Oh, this isn't good. I don't like that you're moving around. Oh my god, not you! Not you! This isn't good. This isn't good. Whatever. I'm not using my silk anyway, because we don't want to get hit. Oh, buddy. Oh, no! Dude, where am I going? I feel like I got lost somewhere here. Yeah, top left is where I need to go. Oh, this is a bad location to be, though. I don't need to heal, though. I don't know why I'm worried about that, but this is not good at all. I need to go up here. This is where the path is. Oh, there was no good reason to... Look at that! We got to see the silk gathering enemy just, like, drop down from the ceiling. But it's not dropping to our room, it was dropping to the room below. That looked pretty cool. Okay, well, this isn't good. We took 2 damage. We only have 1 hit left. That's a bit silly. I don't think there's a lot of hope for me getting through Mount Fae without taking a single hit, but who knows? I guess it doesn't have that many enemies. It's more of a... Like, the cold is the bigger danger there. And now that we can withstand the cold... Oh, this is the wailing that one quest talked about, I think. We hadn't heard that before. Hold on. We're not doing this right now. We're on a different quest. Though I guess on my way back I might look into that. Hello. Stop. Just stay back. You're gonna try to shoot your flame at me and it's just no good. Hornet, you have shell shards. Couldn't you just, like, fix up this lacquer carrying thing a bit? Hold on. I have tools, right? What if I threw Chakra's thing at you? We'll try to actually use the tools that we have at our disposal to, well, dispose of some enemies, shall we? Uh-oh. Don't you dare. Stay away, thank you. Now the question is, should I sit at this bench to recover my tools that I just spent? No, I think we have enough, and I don't want to set my spawn here. Although, actually, This wouldn't be a bad place to set my spawn. We can simply bell way back. And we want to do this quest. So if I feel like bench warping, which I might not. Oh, you can even hear the singing from here. I don't know if we want to call that singing, but I guess we can. Alright. We need to make it to the Mask Maker without taking any silly hits of damage along the way. I think that water down there still deals damage, even though I have the Fey Down cloak? Something like that. Whatever the cloak is called now. It keeps me safe from cold, but not quite from ice-cold water that we swim in. That is still something that I think we shouldn't try. Okay, let's just go up here. Ignore the singing noises that we hear if we go too far to the right. Man, Mount Fey is such a cool area. I love the way that it looks. And of course, it's the only area with actual environmental damage. Like, yeah, lava deals damage to you, and I guess it's part of the environment, but it's like, it's too cold here. Like, just existing in this area is already a threat to you if you don't have warm clothing. And it's the only area like that in all of Silksong and Hollow Knight, as far as I know. Of course, there may be large parts of Silksong that we haven't found yet. The descent, do I do it? Like, do I go up? Probably not. I think I'd rather go left, although I seem to recall that there's like a spike path here. Ah! No. What do you mean? Oh man, there's just a random laser enemy sitting here. That's right. Well, I should look where I'm going. That's all my own fault. Well. What? That's a very cool... I don't think I've ever quite seen Hornet, like, what Hornet looks like when she, like, runs off a ledge, but is still in dash mode. I don't think I've ever done that. Of course, there's probably a good reason, because if you just dash wildly like that, you're going to end up in spikes, like I just did. However, for the duration of time that I wasn't falling into spikes, that looked pretty cool. And I guess most of the time we don't have a large open area like this to fall through anyway. I just remembered that we have a new parry move. I'm so excited to try that in a boss fight. I guess we could also try it against... Wait, couldn't I try it, like, on this... Like, when I'm doing the career quest, couldn't I try parrying? And it might shield me from damage when I do it? The other Silk skills give you iframes anyway, but this is, like, explicitly a parry. I feel like it must give you some iframes. I can go right and up, and then we'll find that tracking thing, I think. Right? I opened up a path here. I swear I did. Yeah, using this lever. So, let's track you. I still have my bench nearby, so I don't need to go set it again. And I don't think we ever heard this wailing before. Wait, and what is this figure that we're tracking? I really should pay more attention to, like, the fragments of the past that we see in different locations, either by playing the needle in or using this track thing. Like what, it's a... Is it one giant flying bug, or is it someone sitting on a giant flying bug? I think it's the latter. Which still, I guess, involves one giant flying bug, but, you know. Just sort of the way that things look and feel is going to be different if it's two enemies than one. Oh, we can just enter here. This is sort of similar to how when we found Shurma in the White Ward, we could just enter a thing that I imagine we wouldn't have been able to enter before. Or maybe we could and it just was empty. I don't know that I've been here. Well, this is a classic build-up to a boss music. What are these, like, weird stacked things in the front and the back? In the foreground and the background. Okay, who are we fighting? I'll have you know, I have a new cool parry move. And I'm excited to try it out. What are these enemies? And they look like the jailers, all covered in fur. Fresh fly. Infant fly, freshly hatched. At this age, the soft blind fly is little more than a bother. I like how I read it as instant fly at first. Yeah, you can just buy an instant fly at the shop. It'll immediately spawn a fly. Oh, I think I just pogoed your phlegm. Still not very good at pronouncing that. I think you just say, like, it's phlegm. There's, like, an almost inaudible G there still, I think. But I think I should just not say the G. Ugh. It's kind of funny, because, like, you'll have a word that you've never, like, you've almost never said. Brood mother. Hello. Wait, but we also just completed a quest that was called the Brood Feast. Interesting. I mean, I guess brood is just a word that they could use for all these sorts of situations. Still though. I should heal maybe. Oh, and I forgot I have a parry. Should maybe be using that. Or I should attempt to use it anyway. It won't work out perfectly the first time, I'm sure, but I just need to get used to having that as an instinct maybe. Although not that used to it, because we won't always have it. On new playthroughs, for example. Oh, hello. You've just dodged my thing that I did. Ah, those fresh flies really do. Oh my goodness! Or instant flies, whatever. Oh, I'm. Let me go! Stay away from me, funny flies. I must heal. No time to parry. Stop! It's. You really are quite disgusting enemies, I have to say. Good that you're just trapped in the corner of this map and not showing up elsewhere. Come on, just a little bit more silk for me to heal. Oh, this isn't good. Oh, this is bad. Why did I just dash into you? Whatever. That was a very silly way to die. I was excited about the new entry, is what I'll use as my excuse, I guess. The less these gruesome bugs breed, the better. Indeed. Well, fortunately, we have a bench, like, right here. Basically, no run back to speak of, even. I wonder if this was added later. Like, is this a patched-in bench? I don't know. Do these explosions deal double damage? I don't think I quite paid attention to that before. I wouldn't exactly be shocked if they did. Oh, stay away. Oh, I think that's the first time I actually used, like, that move. Do you have iframes during that dash? Because you have iframes from the pogo, at least a little bit, right? And it seemed like I just dashed through an enemy with it. Or wait, do you still, like, attack? Like, I'm trying to figure out, it seems like there's at least some, like, combo benefit to doing that move. So I think it's either iframes or an attack or both, so that you get to have an attack during your dash. Whoops! Don't sit in there. I'm pretty sure that dealt double damage. Stop! Stop! Just stop. Oh, I'm all gooped up again. No, Hornets. Ah, Hornets all gooped up. Stop it. I just claw lined away. I don't think the claw line helps you get out of that though. No, Hornet! You're gooped up. Stay away. You have so many wings. Hold on. I'm also just wasting my silk. I think I just spammed a random move and wasted silk. Okay, you want to avoid the goop. And the enemy in general. Oh my goodness. I'm struggling way too much for this. Ugh. Why did I just... and I haven't used my freaking parry move once. Oh no, not the goop. Stay away from the goop. I did a decent job at avoiding that the first attempt, but now I'm not doing that at all. Whoops. Oh, stay away. That is a double damage explosion, I'm quite sure. So I don't know, I haven't paid too much attention because most of the time I also end up getting hit by the boss when I get hit by the explosion. Hello, you're gonna do your little lunge. I can tell that pretty easily. Okay, surely you won't hit me up here with your goop. Yeah, your goop can't fly that high. I know how you work, sort of, to an extent. Okay, should I do my thing? What? Oh, right. I forgot, my parry has replaced my other silk skill, because, I mean, of course it has, why wouldn't it? Oh! Oh, you're kidding me. Oh, you're kidding me. Ooh, we're fine. I should heal. Oh my goodness, Grandmother moment. But not quite. More horizontal. Those bounces are way more horizontal than Grandmother's bounces. I guess it's appropriate though. Another creature that spawns babies is doing a bounce move. They just love doing that. I need to dodge that. Okay. Whew. If I'd gotten hit by that, that would have been bad. Fortunately, we will, well, I don't know, we'll try to avoid that. I think having a parry is very cool, but I'm slightly worried that, I don't know, then we just don't have a big damage dealing move other than tools. Whatever, dude, I'll throw some tools to speed things up. Oh, that's not a good spot for that. Oh well. Oh, you still got hit by it. You're doing a lunge and I was just sitting on the ground not ready to dodge it. That's not good. Oh, you're dead already. Well, I'm sad that I died that first attempt. Or did I die twice? I'm not sure. I'll never get a first try on a boss, even when it's an easy one like this one or Phantom. Broodmother's Eye. Well, why are we taking just the one, Hornet? You sure you don't want all of them? What are we doing? The Wailing Mother. Turn in the Broodmother's Eye to Songclave's wish wall and collect the reward. How did Songclave people even know about this? Like, yeah, sure, I guess the slamp's connected to the Citadel, but how did any of the Songclave residents end up over there? Hold on. Surely we have an entry for you? Didn't I just move off it? I think I did. Mad Matriarch of the Slab. Rarely seen outside her warren. From her, all jailers are born and bred. With this one vanquished, I hope to have sped the end for that jail and its distasteful order. Right. Look at all this floating goop. Wait, is this... This isn't void. No, I think these are just, like, flies. But the way they are just kind of black specks very much reminds me of void. Yeah, speaking of that, I don't think we've seen any void in Farloom, which I guess makes sense. Because the void comes from the abyss and Farloom just isn't nearly as close to the abyss. I'm pretty sure this is higher up. Wait, do I have any reason to think that? Like, yeah, in Silksong in general, we are just ascending rather than descending. And I guess also it could just be in a horizontally different location. I don't know if the Abyss and the Void are just, like, at the bottom of the entirety of Bug Kingdom, or if it's just specifically below Hallownest. And, you know, maybe other locations, but not covering the entirety of the lower parts of Bugland. I'm not sure. In any case, we haven't seen any Void in the Abyss, or what? In Farloom. We did see Lifeblood, though. That was interesting. Having something like that just show up from Hollow Knight. But of course, in here, it's being called Plasmium by that guy who was researching it. Alchemist Xylitol, I think? With a Z, not an X. I think so. Well, I guess... Oh, dang it. I guess I'll run back to the Bellway station. And we'll try the courier quest again? I don't see why not. It's not like I have any knowledge of how to get to a different area. So I'd rather do this, and the Maskmaker might even give us some interesting lore for it. I don't know. Do we have a reward listed for it? Well, we probably can't check it here because we failed the quest. We would need to check the board again. Although I think... No, I think the reward is like 500 plus rosaries. We certainly have a lot of rosaries, so I don't know that we necessarily need more. I'm just doing this for, you know, for the sake of doing the quest. Even though we do have things to spend rosaries on. But we also have lots of rosary strings that we could break open if we really needed money. But I think we're kind of past the point of worrying about rosaries too much. That's, of course, until we find someone like Divine in Hollow Knight who will just request mad amounts of money from us. But currently, I think we're fine. Pavel's just dancing about in the town square as usual. The deliverings are all broke. Give me that liquid lacquer. Yeah, it is 560. Did I say that? I think I said 500 plus, but I was thinking 560. Yep, thank you. Good thing you just have so much of that lacquer. Let's give this delivery quest another shot then. Oh! Hold on, you're not an enemy. You freaked me out for a moment, but you are the only one of these guard bugs who hasn't been taken over by the haunting. Awful start to the quest. You know what? I don't care. We're still going. We're still going. This will simply motivate us to play better for the rest of the run. Watch this. That's very silly too. What? That's very silly though, to take damage in basically the first room. Certainly not too happy about having done that just then. Okay, where are these? I need to avoid you, but if I run straight past you, we should be fine. Yeah, you do kind of lunge out of the wall towards me, but if I move somewhat carefully, we should be fine. There we go. And now that I know these two are here, I have accidentally narrowly avoided them twice. Looks like third time wasn't the time that I get hit by them, it was the time where I actually remember that they're here and intentionally avoid them. Which isn't very tricky at all. The explosion that they shoot out isn't very large either, like the puff of spores that they do. Pretty sure all of the spore puffing enemies in Hollow Knight have larger areas of effect, larger radii for their attack. Have I ever read this? I must have done, right? Yes, I've definitely read that. Oh, something that I wanted to talk about that I saw in a Silksong playthrough that I watched. Apparently, like, because you get to the last judge. Apparently the door there has like 5 slots on it that require you to have rung the 5 bells that we've rung in previous places. Like, you know all those benches where you get to the bench, or, well, you get to a room and there's a giant lever in the ceiling and then you hit it and then it rings a bell and opens a door and gives you a bench. Apparently those bells are like actual story things that you need to ring. Because if you haven't rung all 5 bells by the point you get to the last judge, then, well, first of all, you don't even get to fight the last judge. The door is just, you know, blocked off by those seals and there'll be a guy there to tell you, like, ah, yeah, you know what, you should go ring the bells. Which is interesting, because of course by the point I got there I had just rung the bells, and that meant I didn't... Like, I had honestly kind of just forgotten about the bells by that point, and, well, certainly by now, by the point that I watched that Let's Play. But it's cool to know that the bells are actually, like, needed. They're actually for something. And this is also very good to know, because, like, if I end up doing that beat the game under 5 hours achievement attempt on stream, I don't know if I will, but if I do, then, well, this is good to know, because otherwise I might have just run past those bells and been like, okay, well, we can surely just skip some of these and go straight to the Citadel. But turns out, no. The bells are a necessary thing. I don't know, I'm sure speedrunners have figured out or will figure out some way to skip them. Maybe there's some crazy path that you can take to the Citadel, though who knows if it will actually be faster. But yeah, that was very cool, because I remembered earlier, because I remember now, early on in the game, I was wondering, like, what are we even, like, ringing these bells for? Are they really just for the bench? Like, maybe they just signify that you've reached this important point in the story. And then by the time that I got to the last judge, as I said, I had all the bells, so the game didn't tell me that I needed them. I guess I maybe could have looked at the wall and realized that, like, I've rung 5 bells and there are 5 slots here. But who knows how long the slots were even visible for? I imagine I just reached and then the door opened. I might not have connected the fact that there were 5 slots on the door to the fact that we had rung 5 bells. I don't think I even, like, had counted the amount of bells that I had rung. I probably knew that it was about 5, but I wouldn't have known that it was exactly that. And I certainly didn't notice that after we did that, all bells, like, we didn't ring any more bells like that. I don't think we did anyway. So yeah, that's another neat thing. Yet another thing that we managed to miss on our playthrough. I guess simply because I shouldn't say more diligent in ringing the bells along the way. I just simply happened to go to all the areas that had bells. Because by now I've seen some very interesting paths that people have taken through the game. I think, did I mention that I saw someone... what did I see them do? They got to Shellwood before they got to Bellheart, and I think they even got to Last Judge. Like, not to the fight. Oh yeah, well that's actually what I'm talking about just now. They got to the Last Judge door, not to the fight, because you can't fight them before you have all their bells, but they got to the door. And then had to come back to Bellheart to actually fight Widow, so they didn't even have Vault Link at that point, which is, like, pretty cool. Did I see some other weird paths? Probably. That was certainly one of the more peculiar ones. I've also now seen, it seems like most people end up going through Hunter's March. Because, of course, that's what I end up going through Hunter's March to get to Deep Docks, because that's what I did. However, the way it worked for me was that I went through the bottom part of Hunter's March and then ended up just going down towards where you get Dash and the bench and then further into Deep Docks. So then I didn't explore the upper parts of Hunter's March at that point. And I think that's still, like, probably the case for most people. But in any case, when I talked to Board Guy after that and found out that Board hadn't been through Hunter's March to get there, and you could just go there straight from the Marrow, then I thought that, like, okay, I think Hunter's March is, like, a slightly more unusual path, because it's, you know, it's clearly indicated as this area that... Hold on, I shouldn't go through this path. It's clearly indicated as this area that's, like, more challenging. There's that big guy guarding the path there that, like, expects you to have a dash, sort of. But, of course, I was tempted to do it without a dash. And plenty of other people as well, it seems. But yeah, once I learned that, it seemed that, like, okay, probably most people would get to Deep Docks without going through Hunter's March. But I've seen lots of people go through Hunter's March now, and there was one playthrough that I'm watching who spent way more time in Hunter's March before really exploring Deep Docks. They, like, actually tried climbing the thing, because you don't need a Drifter's Cloak to climb up there. Like, yeah, there are gusts of wind that make it... Where having Drifter's Cloak makes the climb a lot easier. But you can kind of just pogo up a decent amount of distance, and you can get to the vendor if you have Dash. So that's certainly very interesting. I think it's good. Like, I think my path was the perfect path for me. Because I'm glad I didn't just take the easy path. Like, I'm glad I ended up going through Hunter's March, or through that bit of Hunter's March at the point that I did anyway. I think it was very fun seeing the Mantises and encountering Chakra there that way, getting that fun enemy arena, and getting to do some fun skips. Well, sort of skips. You could call them skips, I suppose. Oh, even though we didn't really skip much. I guess at that point I didn't do any skips in Hunter's March. I did skips in Hunter's March later on, but at that point we kind of just went there a bit earlier than, like, most new players would probably, at least. But yeah, I went there just a bit, but I didn't try climbing it. Oh, right, I forgot. You are dangerous. I ran into you last time. Maybe I try going from below. Is this any safer? I should maybe get some silk. Right, I need to remember I have a parry. We can use the parry to maybe avoid some enemies. Or we can just go around like I did just now. I need to be ready for when those crawly guys show up again, because I remember them being pretty scary to fight. Let's make sure I have enough silk. I guess we don't need to heal, but if I should need to parry a whole bunch, well, now we can. Does that sink? It doesn't. That's awfully kind of Team Cherry. That doesn't even sink into the deathly cold ice water. Okay, up above we had a flea, I remember. This is going to be an interesting room to descend down, I would say. Oh, that collapses too. Oh, you're gonna do a funny ice maneuver, aren't you? Okay, let's just glide down here. We are safe-ish. Do I go up? I do go up. How climbable? Oh my goodness. This is not a good path to take, I'm thinking. Okay. Dang it, no! I just glided into that. That's not good. Okay, well, we're going back. We need to go up and around, it seems. That is certainly good to know. I need to remember that I take the lower path back. Because up above we have that creepy crawling enemy. I hope they can't show up down here. I don't think they should be able to. There we go. So, now we go up instead. We go to where we got the fade down cloak or whatever it was called. Our double jump. We go up there. I really love the way that these rings look when they're covered with snow. Or frost or whatever. And then you disturb them and they... that all gets removed. Now, I believe we had like a fun little snowboarding section. Well, not with any actual boards. But just a fun little descending section that I think we'll get to experience, where we're going down this snowy slope. As I make my way to the left. Am I too far up already? I think I might be. I think I'm just climbing to the double jump location now. But, well, honestly, I kind of just felt like continuing the climb. And I'm incorrect, so that's good. Good thing I continued the climb. We still need to make our way to the mask maker. Though I don't think... I feel like there was at least some path. Like, maybe not through here, but I think from down here I could get up there. Not entirely sure of that. Whatever. We're taking this upper path. It might be safer anyway. Is this where I want to go? Ooh, a big glidey section. I think this takes us to double jump. Or no, what's here to the left? This is where I want to go. That's good. Although, hold on. If I went up to the double jump, maybe there's something new here now. Maybe new is here? That would be crazy. Okay, no, new is not here. New doesn't seem to have any fur or similar protection against the cold anyway. So I think it's probably for the best that new isn't here. I think these are like remains of the creatures that hurt me in that other area. These ones just have been frozen solid and frigid and fragile. And they certainly aren't in any state to attack me now. Okay, so how dangerous exactly is it to just slide down the slope? Oh, they've got some spikes. Okay, we can sit here. Watch out for the spikes. Of course, last time I didn't really get to enjoy this slide. Because I was checking for secrets in the ceiling the whole time. And I guess this time I also didn't get to enjoy it much because I was afraid of the spikes the whole time. But that's fine. Still got to slide a bit more than we did that first time. Can I walk into here? No. Now, if there ever was a very silly location to take damage on this trek, it would be here, in this very last section. So hopefully we managed to avoid that. Maskmaker, don't slap me or something. Hello. Maker, I bring a delivery from Bellheart below. Lacquer for your long work. Good, good. To seal, to protect. May Farloom's fresh faces gleam bright. Liquid lacquer, wish granted. That was quite a fun trek. Certainly a long one. Glad to get an excuse to visit Mount Faye again. Take reward for service made visitor. Gift for you to spend or treasure. Thank you for the bunch of rosaries. Have you got, like, any lore to give me? Anything to say? I think not, and I must have played the needle in for you. Again, you are not the kind of enemy or NPC that I would forget to play the needle in for. I'm very curious. I imagine someone must have already made a video or something. Or at least documented the different lines of dialogue that you get from people when you are afflicted with the root situation. Where the witch's crest is forced onto you. Because we managed to find, like, out of the NPCs that we tried talking to while we had that on, almost all of them had some sort of different dialogue for it. So I imagine there must be someone who's, like, gone all over the map already and gone to talk to Maskmaker and gone to talk to, I don't know, whoever else, just to see what they say. I love the way that those flames look. They look so great. Hold on, I can actually go down through this path now. We don't need to climb up that funny pit. Although, it would be interesting to try. Again, like, can we do this now that I'm not in as much danger of taking damage? Because I feel like you could just barely make it up here. No? Oh, actually, yeah, you can. What am I thinking? We could have done this pretty safely, too. Because what you could do, I'm sure, is... yeah, you claw line up here. Okay, so we could have made this climb. I just wasn't too inclined to risk it. What with me being on a quest where I'm not allowed to take damage and all. Though, of course, on my way back, I still took damage on the spikes on the side. But, well, sometimes it just is like that. And at the end of the day, We still succeeded at the quest. How was that pogo too late? Excuse me, can someone explain that to me? Whatever. We'll simply float down this. Don't float into the spikes. And everything will be fine. Okay, so now, what do I do now? I guess we can go back, to Belheart? We could see if there's a new courier quest. But what I'm really thinking, we go back to Songclave, we tell them that we've completed this quest, and then we go up into the Memoriam to look for Jubilana again? I guess. Again, all of that is, like, side quest stuff, which I like doing. I don't mind doing it at all. But I would like to do something that leads me to discovering a new area. Or, well, actually getting to explore more of that new area that's above Bylewater, perhaps. Just something. And, like, assuming that what I've seen is correct and there is an Act 3, how do I get there? Like, am I missing something obvious? I feel like there's no point in going to that place above Bylewater for the 4th time and trying to see if I can do anything there. Because, like, what could I possibly try differently? I feel like it must be some other bit of knowledge or some other direction to check that I'm missing. I'm uncertain. Hold on. Let me just sit on this bench for a moment and see what's going on. Okay. That is fine. The message that I just saw just means that I actually have more time to stream than I thought I might. So, let's see. We can go back to... We can go back to the Grand Bellway. I wish the Grand Bellway were a bit closer. I wish it were a bit closer to Songclave, but it's not really that far away. It's just a bit of a climb. And actually, hold on. We can take the ventricle system. What is it? The Ventricum. We can just take that directly up there, can't we? First shrine. Yeah. So it is actually... Never mind, I take that wish back. We just have to change seats. We have to change transport... transporting... What? We have to transfer from a different transport thing to another one. Couldn't think of a vehicle? I don't know. It's an elevator, so it's not really a vehicle. And neither is the Bell Beast, whatever. Garmin and Zaza say, Zaza and I will tarry here a little longer. These pilgrims need watching over, and we are committed to the task. Does this mean that you will, like, actually just stay here forever? Or does a little longer mean that I just need to find whatever trigger continues your quest somehow? I'm not sure. Turn in. Yeah, right. Bruised Mother's Eye deposited. The Wailing Mother, wish granted. What's the reward for this? Not that we did it for the reward, of course. Heavy Rosary Necklace. Okay, just more money. We have quite a few of these. How much do I have, actually? That's 180. That's 300. That's 400 with these. 520, 640, 760. Assuming I haven't messed that up. 760. Oh my goodness. Hold on, so we have 760. Then we have 220 times 6. That's going to be 1,200, 1,320. Yeah, 1,320. So that's going to be 2,080? 2,340, 2,420. I think we have that many rosaries. 2,420 rosaries. Just in our rosary strings currently. So, if we ever need rosaries, we can just get them from there. Assuming that I didn't mess up my math, but honestly, it doesn't matter too much. Maybe even if I'm off by 1,000, which I don't think I am. I could be off by like a couple hundred at most. Well, regardless of how much I actually have, I certainly have a bunch of rosaries. You're still tending to that one person? No, I think this is a different one. Or at least they're in a different position. Okay, well, have fun, Sherma. I really hope you don't turn evil or don't get possessed. The game might be putting me... Like, I wish I hadn't seen that damn thumbnail. My goodness. But, the game might be putting me into a false sense of security right now. By making me think that Sherma's all safe. Well, Memoriam, I could take the Ventrica up there, but... I also have a straight path to the Memoriam from here. And since we don't know what part of the Memoriam we want to explore, I might as well take this path up from here. And as I said, while I'm in the Memoriam, I might want to explore the walls to the right. I'm actually surprised that I didn't put down any markers in the Memoriam, because we found like a suspicious pool room, didn't we? I mean, it was a very nice room, so maybe that's all that its purpose was. It was just meant to look nice, but maybe this quest will take me there, actually. Massive muskrabs, so close to a perfect furred form. If only they'd been able to breed out the spines. Hornet still wants to pet all the furry bugs. I guess she's consistent about that. Why did that bind again make this like weird harsh noise? They've been doing that. Or, well, it did it once before the stream, and now it's done it again. I wonder what that's all about. Who knows? Certainly not I. I must have done this climb, right? We'll do it again. Why not? Hold on, I think I actually... This isn't a climb. Whoops. I don't think that's a climb. I think we came down through here. I am a bit curious to know if you could do that climb, but... I think we will not be attempting that at the moment. Still, I should be able to just climb straight up. Never mind, we're going to be doing some tracking over here instead. I like the way those spikes look, or thorns rather. Wait, is this? That's just Jubilana, right? I was like, oh, what does that figure look like? No, it's just Jubilana. Thought it was Garmin and Zaza for a moment. I'm not pogoing on you properly at all. It's a bit of a silly maneuver. Also, these are beast flies, that's right, because these areas are replicating other places. We had a bit of a fun fight over here. We climb through here, we track you again. I should... Okay, I don't have a bench very close by, it seems... Wait, what? Are you going backwards? They turned around on the way through here? I think that's what they did. Alright, I guess that's allowed. Trying to confuse my tracks, are you? Well, no. Jubilana's just exploring. I'm sure if you showed a trail of... Oh, you know what? Oh... It would be very cool if they had a feature where you could just, like, look back on your path through the game. It would just, like, show you a zoomed out view of the map and then just showed how you went through it and how you revealed more and more areas progressively. Breath of the Wild had something similar. Hero's Path mode or something. Oh man, I really wish Silksong had that now. Have they made a mod like that for Hollow Knight? Yeah, they haven't. I think they should. And make one for Silksong. Excuse me? How have I never had this thought before? It seems like such an obvious thing to want to have. Hold on, did the track go cold? Do I need to activate it again? Let's activate it again. It might not have gone cold, but I wanted to activate it. Yeah, no, that definitely wasn't visible anymore. Oh, it's just gone now. Why? Whatever, we'll follow it. Hello! Oh, Jubilana's being bullied by some regular old flying enemies. Well, one slightly larger flying enemy than usual. But it's still not quite boss material, is it now? It's just a large moth thing. Are these moths? There's something. No, mites? Whatever. I saw someone say that for a game about Silk, there's a surprising lack of moths. Ow! Stop it. I'm taking lots of silly hits of damage. Had I not fought you before? Apparently not. Drape Lord. Elder Drapefly grown big from age and consumption. Its heavy body allows it to hit much harder than its younger companions. Much harder? Surely it was just double damage, right? It's interesting that they say allows it to hit much harder. Because, like, if it is 2 damage, then that's not much harder than a lot of enemies. Like, sure, it's harder than the companions, but it's not exactly a significant increase. What am I doing? I'm taking silly hits of damage. Let's heal. We certainly don't want to die here. What am I doing? Oh, I'm being very reckless. What am I doing? I think I'm not... I remember this was an issue in... Oh my goodness, what a bench location. That's right. I remember this was an issue in No, not Moorwing. What is that place? Greymore. When we were fighting the, like, Flappy Bird enemies. Wait, where did I just run to? This is the wrong place. We're not high enough. When I was fighting the Flappy Bird enemies... who, like, love to go up and down. Wait, why weren't you in this room before? I was running through this and I was suspicious, because, like, I swear that you were standing here usually. Why weren't these enemies around before? What? I'm actually very confused by that. Also, I swear we had a bench. Yeah, we had a bench here. We should sit on it. That would be useful, I'd say. Okay, and we know we can just run straight right. We don't need to go through that meandering tracking path. Assuming that this path is easier and sort of a straight run back. Whoops. You are slightly dangerous to encounter on the run back, but next time we'll remember. The wall is up here. That's quite a crazy secret. My goodness. At least this, you know, for this one, the quest tells us that we can go here, but I can imagine there are some secrets like that that don't have any quests pointing to them. And I've certainly missed some like those. Alright, hello. This time, I think we tried to stay in the air more, because hitting you from below is the issue, because you, like, flap up and down, and that's what I struggle with. I don't know if I ever even finished my point about Greymore, but that's what I wanted to say. Like, the way some of these birds flap up and down, I'm apparently just very bad at accounting for where they're going to be, which is fine. Alright, Let's try that again. Ugh. Dude, what am I doing? I should use my claw line a bit more, perhaps. Ah, I pogo you, and then I pogo you. Oh, run away! We'll stay here. Jubilana's, of course, in trouble, but given that... these silly little birds managed to defeat me. I don't think we can blame Jubilana at all. Whoops. Run away. I'm taking silly hits of damage. Why? That wasn't meant to be a dive. That really just wasn't. Hello, get over here. Do your little swoop. I guess it's not that little. It's quite scary. Oh, light. Nice. We got a hornet comment. Greed will always see some bugs well above their kin. I guess, yeah, there's almost always a larger version of a small bug. That is right. Let's try to heal. The small ones aren't much of a threat. Ooh, new entry for you as well. Drapefly. Like fabric somehow sprung to life. Its pelt is perfectly matched to the rags it infests. Ah, I see. Okay. Hello. What are you doing here, Jubilana? Well, if it isn't my very own shadow, the clever little red cloak. You still following me around, trying to pinch away some of the goodies I sniff out? You mistake my intent, ma'am, somewhat ungenerously. The pilgrims of the settlement below were very worried by your long absence. It was on their behalf that I tracked you again. Is that so? What a worrying bunch of busybodies they are. I'm still able to fend for myself. Jubilan, I don't like you very much. And yet, perhaps 'tis a warm thing that I remain in their thoughts so. I hadn't expected that, and I can't deny that you two have done me a good turn once more. That awful flock almost had me, truth be told, and I still have to wonder at your intentions, dear one. But bless you all the same. Alright, Jubilana. Are you just mad at me that I haven't bought any of your stuff? Now, why don't you hurry back to the shrine and let them all know what a good job you've done? There might be a few more goodies to gather up on my way back, and I don't need you lingering around in the meantime. Blessings and farewell. Oh, listen, if there are goodies here, I will be the one gathering them up, I think you'll find. Uh-huh. Anything to sing? Actually, probably not. Probably nothing new. Long and lonely halls. Hide away, holy sight. I think we've heard that at least. Darker now than ever before. Gather what you can, sweet gifts. Alright, well. Anything else in this room? This certainly is a long... like, a very expansive large hall, isn't it? I don't think Jubilana would be able to make this climb. That's a breakable wall for sure. Can I climb up here? No, seemingly not. Well then, what about this direction? Wait, is this actually... No way, don't tell me this is what connects us to above Bilehaven. Or Bilewater. What? No, it is Bilehaven. Bilehaven is an area inside Bilewater. Don't tell me. This could very easily just be a small bonus area, but it's not entirely out of the question. It's going in the correct direction. It could connect us to that new area, which is very exciting. And it might... yeah! Putrefied ducks! The side quest actually led us into a new area. That's good. That's so funny looking back on the several times this stream that I said that, you know, a side quest has never done that. So I probably shouldn't even be bothering with them. Well, good thing I bothered with them. What are you? You are a very erratic bug, the way that you move. I imagine that sap or acid or whatever it is deals double damage to me. That's fine. Do you explode? No. Who are you? Spit squid. Oh, you do look a bit like a squid. A hovering pest with a hollowed proboscis, able to spit gobs of sizzling bile. Well, that's wonderful. At least it's not the trapping you kind of bile. Or, you know what? For all I know, it could be. It could be like the jailer's bile. Phlegm thing that just also covers you and doesn't let you move. That would be awful if it, like, keeps dealing damage to you at the same time. Okay, it's more of you. Well, this is awesome. It's actually just so cool that I ended up going the right way to make progress. Hold on, I must heal. Alright, big fella. I don't think you have any ranged attacks, so I don't need to be too worried when I'm not on the same platform as you, but still, probably better to be safe than sorry. Also, I need to remember this place has Barnax in the ceiling. Barnax. Fortunately, this is like a... you know, there are fewer distracting vines in this place. This is more of a large open hall. So I don't need to worry about the Barnax too much. I imagine I must already have the Hunter Journal entry for Barnax, right? I don't see how I wouldn't. Okay, I'm currently... uh-oh. Oh, that's not... whatever. I guess I'm fighting you down here. I really wanted to explore the upper part first in case I couldn't make it back up. Dude, how are you even going in that round? Where do you fit in there? Do you, like, flatten yourself? Do you decompose into moss? What is this? Ducksucker. This mindless bug seems to sense only through its tendrils. Yet despite that simplicity, it still poses a serious threat. Do those eyes just not work? Or are those not eyes? I guess they could be some sort of weird bug thing that I don't know about. Entirely plausible. Well, I appear to have managed to pogo my way back up here. Oh, you are kidding me! Oh! Did I actually not take a single hit of damage off that? That's crazy. I don't know why I thought I could just run past there, because of course the Barnack deals damage. We know that. That's how they work. That's what a Barnack does. The Barnack traps me and sucks me up, and it's fine. No, Hornet, let's go, get out of there. Oh, you're kidding me. This is not going well. Oh, please! Hello, pop up, and I will pogo you. What? Are you kidding me? Whatever. We'll take things slowly, and they will work out all right. We just sit here, and as long as you don't leap at me, I need to be better at. Yeah, look at that. You even telegraphed the leap. Where did you just go? Did you die in the goop? I think you did. That's really cool. I didn't see the Barnack. They really shouldn't be that hard to spot. Wait, did you teleport back up there? That's pretty impressive. I really thought you were a goner. Can I hit you from down below? I don't think my needle's long enough. Maybe if I had long claw on. Oh, don't fall into the goop. I don't know why I was so... Oh, that was a close call with that Barnack. I don't know why I was so nonchalant about that goop there. Ah. You've got a pretty scary pattern with that. Thank you. You are dead. Now, let's not run into that item quite yet. Frayed rosary string. Well, I don't know that this is an item of such high value that you need a Barnack guarding it. But I guess a Barnack isn't that scary, so perhaps it all makes sense. Now you, however, are a bit more scary. Okay, you are the same one. You didn't like fully respawn. You just appeared back up here. I guess it makes sense. You can traverse through that platform. Why wouldn't you be able to like traverse, like swim through that maggot thing? The Barnacks just keep on showing up again. I think that's funny. I guess they don't want you to disarm this area so much ever that you simply don't have to worry about the Barnacks. Like the Barnacks will be there in the ceiling. You can remove them for a moment, but never for good. I'm still very excited that I just managed to find this area. Also, you know what's interesting? This is like the third area in this like string of 3 connected locations that has a like maggot goop on the ground that you don't want to fall into. Like that's just in this entire area group of the map has that happening. Interesting. And I guess all of these areas should maybe be counted as Act 3. I don't know, like will we get an actual Act 3 title card, or is that just what people are calling this section? In any case, these seem like parts that you could completely avoid when just going for the first base ending. Assuming, of course, that there are multiple endings even. It seems like you could completely avoid these areas, and this is like post-game stuff. Now, of course, we explored both Sinner's Road and parts of Bilewater before we ever completed the game for the first time. But yeah, just in general, it seems like these are like mostly endgame areas. Where was I going with that whole speech, though? I don't remember. Oh yeah, it's just interesting that they're all connected by this like awful maggot effect. I guess that makes sense. Speaking of the awful maggot effect, I'm very curious about this thing down here. Because there's... like, surely there's almost no way... I should be up here. Look at this massive map, actually. Like, isn't this crazy? This feels way larger than Hollow Knight, but I could be wrong. I don't think I've quite appreciated. Like we've just been We've just been slowly going through these places, expanding the map bit by bit. But I think when you look at this in its entirety, it does look way larger than Hollow Knight. At least maybe it isn't, like in terms of distance to run through, or maybe it isn't quite as difficult to manage. Because I've said this before. I think that in Silksong it's way easier to keep track of where you've been. But it could also be that I feel that way because I'm just way more experienced with Hollow Knight now than I was when I first played Hollow Knight, of course. So maybe Silksong actually isn't easier to manage because of that, or what? Maybe isn't easier to manage. It's just I'm better. Who knows? But in any case, just now looking at the map, it sure looks huge, doesn't it? All right, I would love to get a bench here or a bellway station. Even better. They tend to come in a combo pack anyway. Now you better not be a trap sign. We've had trap benches. We haven't had trap bellway stations. Insert rosaries 80. We can afford that easily. Connected. Open all of Farloom's bellways. Well, that is exciting. Very cool. Could I get a map for this place? That's really the major thing I want. Let's pay for the bench as well. Again, we have really more rosaries at the moment than we know what to do with. Well, that's not necessarily true. We've got shops that we could spend the rosaries at, but it's just none of them are a particular priority. We still need to find one craft medal. I hope I haven't missed it in an area that I've already been to, because I could totally see that being just a random silly secret wall that I didn't find, and then we'll just be missing that one craft medal. Because we need it at least for what I think this here. It was sort of a unique location where Hornet can craft something from craft metal on her own. So most of the other things we've needed craft metal for a shopkeeper or for a forge daughter or something like that. For a vendor to craft something for us. But I think we've crafted one item before on our own, and this is like the second one. In any case, we definitely need craft metal for that. We might also need one more for forge daughter, and I think that's it. And in any case, we don't have that craft metal. I should summon the Bellway Beast, or the Bell Beast. Please show up. I imagine opening the station still counts even if you don't summon them, but I think it's nice to just say hi, hello. Let's pet you a bit. How do you do that, like, foot stompy thing? How do I get you to do that? I know I can get you to sing. But how do you do foot stompies? Oh, whatever. Oh, is that it? Is it when I pogo your back? No, I think you just decided to do that. Well, whatever. I'm glad to have the Bellaway Beast here. Did I tried climbing up this. But perhaps I should try again. No, I think it's fine. Whatever. I'm still surprised that I haven't found a single secret by pogoing up those benches. The bells on the background of the benches. The major tall benches. I'm surprised that has not led to a secret yet. Maybe I've missed one. Maybe like the one bench where that does lead into a secret I didn't try. But that would just be extraordinarily bad luck, wouldn't it? Can I hit you through here? No. In Hollow Knight, I surely could, but the way the pogo works... Well, at least with this crest, I can't do that. Oh, hold on. You are gonna throw goop horizontally. Oh my goodness, you're getting eaten by the Barnack! That's awesome. I'm glad that can happen. I was wondering about that before, because like in Half-Life, of course, you can toss items or barrels into the barnacle's tongues, and they will eat that. And depending on the item, it'll either defeat them or not. Because of course, if you like let them eat a grenade or something, that won't be very healthy for the Barnack. But yeah, I thought of it, but I didn't say anything because like I couldn't think of anything that we could toss in there in Silksong. But of course, we could toss enemies in there, and I'm now thinking we could also toss tools in there. In fact, let's try that. Like if I tossed that... Oh no. I forgot that can end up in a diagonal shape. That's very cool. Yeah, I don't think I have anything that I could actually feed to you right now. I imagine Chakra Swing would just hurt your tongue and not do much else. Okay. Oh, you're still around. I was wondering if you would be. But so far, all the other ones have respawned. Whoa, that was close. You spawned at almost a very bad time for me. Do I want to drop down there? That seems a bit risky. I think I'll go left first. Stop! Stop it. The only way the Barnack could ever defeat me would be if I'm already very low on health. And I guess they catch me at a pretty high point in their tongue, because otherwise I could just break out. Or if they happen to trap me while I'm currently being murdered by a different enemy. Oh no, oh no, oh no, stop it. I wonder if I could parry the Barnack attack. Is there anything up here for me? Maybe if I go around. Could I open this gate? Nope. Do I want to use the Barnack to travel up? I think I do, actually. Hold on a minute. Probably not in here. Yeah, probably not there. But over here to the... You've already respawned? You're kidding me. Okay, let's try that again. This time, you will carry me a fair bit higher. Stop, stop, stop. Thank you. That's pretty fun. Can't believe it. We have Half-Life barnacles in Silksong. Is that a bench? No. Something to inspect. An old map of the putrefied ducks. Absolutely, give me that. I think Chakra might be completely done with exploring. No achievement for getting all the maps. What does that imply? Either that there is no achievement for that, or there's another area that we could get a map for. Even though we have all the bellways already. What? That just had flint in it? Oh, surely I can walk into that wall. There's no way that I can't. Really? Are you quite certain? Ouch. Whoops, 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 whoops. I forgot you here. I don't know how I could have... That's so funny. You respawned during the time that I was falling down the gap. Could I parry? Like, if I got up there, could I use my parry move? Not very easily, it turns out. Okay, whatever. I think it's not worth exploring in like, oh my goodness. That direction, there's probably nothing there. I could go up to my bench, but I don't think I particularly need to. Alright, let's go drop down here now. How much of significance could this area hide, I wonder? But looks like we're gonna connect it back to that other place anyway. And then we can worry about the rest. It looks like there's a major room to our right. I wonder if we'll get our last silk skill here? Or... I don't know. Because we got that other silk skill pretty close to here, so maybe we wouldn't get that here. But maybe we will get a major boss fight? Something? I don't know. Because, like, if this is all the Bellway stations, how could there be an Act 3? Unless it is actually just going through previous areas. But where would we even trigger an Act 3? I don't know. Again, maybe there isn't one. I'm not sure. I haven't looked into it further than just glancing at it in some discussions along the way. Oh my goodness, I love running into barnacles everywhere. Barnacles everywhere. Alright, well. Let's go sit at this bench. Maybe you even have something new to tell me. Hello? You still haven't been eaten by your babies? Yep, you have the same dialogue. Alright, well, I don't mind you existing still. Look at all these corpses here. I assume these are also meals for your babies that you were trying to gather? And not like previous versions of you that happened to die. That's a pretty sneaky wall there, but I guess the only way you could go this way anyway is if you'd broken that wall from the right side already. So that's fine. Alright, this is the new room already. I was like, huh? Wait, have I been here before? No, this is the big new room that we saw. What? You take 4 hits? I could have sworn you took 3. Also, like, these are pretty small enemies, right? Like, pretty insignificant, tiny enemies. And they take 4 hits with my current amount of nail upgrades. So I think this would be quite insane to deal with if you didn't have any damage upgrades. Whoops. So I guess it's a good thing that we have damage upgrades. But also this place is so obviously a late game area that it doesn't really... Like, yeah, of course it's gonna have basic enemies that require a lot of hits. Or, well, a lot of damage to be dealt. Not necessarily a lot of hits. Given that, well, each hit deals a bunch of damage from us now. That's definitely something to the left. I might even get to use that Barnack to avoid being consumed by the maggots. Does that seem likely? I think it does. Alright. What is the point of coming down here, though? Nothing? Just so you could do that Barnack trick? Uh-oh. Whoa, no, I didn't make it out. At the end of the day, you end up getting maggots in your brain anyway. Oh my goodness. Hold on. This is not good. Stay away, stay away. Don't do your funny hop. I'm going to need to bind soon. Oh, this isn't good. This isn't good. I'm binding. Whew, run away. I'm now low on health. Oh, bad. Bad. Everything's bad. Everything's fine. Sort of. Dodge those. Can you get, like, oh no, not that distance. The worst distance for you to be is that. Okay. I would love to heal. Would you be so kind as to allow me to do so? Just don't do your crazy awful hop at me, and we should be fine. We should get along. Dang it. They didn't even have enough silk for me. That's not good. Oh, you might. Oh, not like this. That would be the silliest way to die after I encountered that encounter with... What? After I survived that encounter with several enemies, just to die to this one simple one. Uh-oh. Can you not be so high up, please? Ooh, I was gonna clamber up that ledge and it was gonna be so cool. I was gonna jump up just in time to not get hit by that attack. That didn't end up working out. I mean, surely there's nothing to the left here. Yeah, I think that other marker that I placed down was probably also pointless, but still. I guess it might as well be there. We can investigate it later just to be sure. Any Barnacks here? No, just you. Well, there might be Barnacks to the right, but there weren't any here in this location at the moment. Hold on. You might jump after me. You fell off that other platform earlier, but then you also kind of just fell into the goop and respawned on the same one. So I think you mostly stay on the same platform where we encounter you first. There we go. Getting slightly better at dealing with these. This is a Barnack. We've seen lots of them already. Imagine like a school excursion. Going to a place with creatures like this, and they're like, okay, well, little Timmy got eaten by a Barnack again. Oh well. No! Little Hornet's getting eaten by a Barnack again. Run away. We must heal. We must heal. Oh, I think one of the enemies is getting eaten. Those are some fun noises when that bug gets eaten by a Barnack. Uh-oh. Actually, being on a wall underneath one of you might be like a very good way to fight. Oh! Dude, you are so flittery. You just keep dodging me perfectly. You are kidding me. Oh, you're getting eaten. Wait, but I actually would like some silk. I guess we'll get that off the Barnack. Hello, Barnack. You should be content and quite full of silk by now. Not that the enemies can like end up containing more silk than they usually do. I'm just saying that for fun. There we go. Perfect amount of silk. That's a secret wall if I ever saw one. Let me in here. And this will connect us to that left part of this room that we saw. I guess that's a bonus. I thought that would be the way to go, but I guess no. Because this room overall leads us to the right, so this part here would have to be bonus. Well, it wouldn't have to be, but it sure seems like it is. And that makes perfect sense. Never mind, it's a path upward. I guess I might as well take this transition. Why not? We know that we've got that other room to explore. Another transition out? Oh my goodness. Rosaries? Surely this is a trap. There's no way they're just giving this to me. Look at the amount of rosaries. No, there's no way. There's no way. They don't just hand out rosaries for free like this. Ah, that's a Barnack. Almost forgot that I need to watch out for you. Is this just a shortcut? Is that what this is gonna be? It might be. I wouldn't say no to a shortcut. This might bring us to the bench, actually. Nope, not quite. But it does seem to be a shortcut. Yes, this wall that we saw. Okay, well, that's good. That means it's a direction I need not worry about any longer. Unless, hold on, Barnack, have you got a secret? Like up in that ceiling nook? Probably not. Okay. So that's good. You love unlocking some helpful shortcuts. However, this entire area here probably still has something. Oh, I was suspicious about that hole up there, but of course it's a Barnack hole, not a secret that you go up into hole. Although, you know what? No, actually, bring me up here. Yes! It is a secret hole that you go into by means of Barnack. That's crazy. No, Hornet, stop breaking free. Apparently if you just hold... if you hold the joystick in a direction, that also tries doing that. Is this the... That is the secret hole. Hold on. First of all, I'll check this way, maybe. Never mind. There's a whole lot more this way. I was hoping this would be just like a dead end, and then if you don't figure out that you can ride the Barnacks, then you'll be... then you'll just be confused and leave. This feels like when I pick that up, it's gonna turn into a boss fight. Doesn't it feel like that? This room absolutely feels like it has, well, certainly enough space for a fight. Wreath of Purity. Fragile band woven of reed and leaf, crafted to repel muck maggots. Oh! If broken, the wreath will be repaired while resting at a bench. That's awesome. That is going on. I would love to have a thing that repels muck maggots. We don't care about the other blue items that we have on too much anyway. So this would honestly just be incredible. Oh, that person in chat yesterday did mention that they had an item or a thing that helped them, like, not worry about the maggots. That's crazy. So they said they hadn't even explored much of Bilewater. But they had done Chakra's quest. And they had that item. So what, they got 2 Bilewater through here? I guess that's possible. That's just something that I never even considered because I got to Bilewater so much earlier. Like way before we ever even got to Songclave, I would say. That's so interesting. I love how many different ways you can end up going through Silksong. Well, let's try doing this section again. I love the secret. It's so cool. I imagine it's pretty easy to miss though. So I'm, well, glad that I didn't. Okay, this time let's break out a little bit higher. Oh, you can't grab that wall. That was my issue. I thought it was just too low last time, but no. That was not the issue, actually. Okay, it looks like it takes about 4 hits to break free. So we'll do that. I'm really suspicious about this wall that we've been seeing along the way, though. I almost feel like I need to do this section again, just to see if they were hiding anything from me or not. Whoops. Yeah, like all those walls. Are we sure they're not secrets? I don't think I can be quite content if I haven't tried hitting all of them to see if they were hiding a secret passage from me. Hold on, I need to remove you, just to check this up here. Is this a wall jumpable wall? Okay, I think I'm quite content that that's not a direction I need to worry about. Who are you? You seem like you're gonna fight me. You've got a missing eye and you're wielding this large club. Although, let's not judge only based on appearances. We will simply be wary based on appearances. Speak. Hello. Vog. Grr, bug, not flea. Why you must bother me? This spot is mine, fair fought and earned. I won't stay long, madam, nor would I contest your right to this cave. I have encountered several of your fellows fleas. This is a flea? United in a caravan, perhaps you would consider joining with them? Yours seems a hardly... I can't read. What am I doing? Yours seems a hardy hide, and I fear alone they lack the strength to survive long in this land.
Caravan? Grr, felt it in my fur. Time for change. If caravan is close, then my task, these lands, may near be complete. Now, grr, much talk I gave. You leave me. Meet again at caravan, amongst good fellows. There I share my learnings of fleas and farloom. Till then, rest I need. Off, bug. You still here, bug, not flea? Is rest I need before I leave for caravan? Not yet. You feel trouble type. Make my shell tense.
I shall take my leave, madam. Stay strong on your journey. May we meet again at the caravan amongst your fellows. Right, but I'll talk to you again because it seems like that might be the last thing you... Okay, never mind. That was already the last line of dialogue. What do you sing about? Sniffed, sensed, none can hide. So you were hunting here, perhaps? Lost fleas. Oh, you were searching for the lost fleas? Maybe. I wonder how many fleas do we need still? We haven't found anything that tells us the amount of them. In Hollow Knight, you can sort of, like, try to figure out the amount of grubs that you need. Simply by looking at, like, the empty slots behind Grubfather. But that's not quite the case here. Well, maybe it is. I don't know. I haven't spent too much time just looking at the flea caravan. Especially because their environment changes a lot. What? We drop into the Bellaway station? That's so cool. I'm still very suspicious that I might have missed a secret. Somewhere in there. Actually, why be suspicious when we can simply go and check? Are there no wall jumpable things in here? Perhaps not. I think I'll have to go run around then. We'll have to go there again. Oh, I love funny barn axe in the ceiling. We even saw that one. Like, we dropped past it. Whoops. Goodbye. At least we have a convenient path back here. Whoops, 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 whoops. Stop doing that. Okay. Fortunately, we have a very quick path back here. So, we'll do this again. And now our goal is entirely just to explore these walls. So, first of all, you are trying to eat me. How about you don't do that? I think when I break free of your tongue, that doesn't actually damage the barn axe, so that's good. We can repeatedly do that thing. We can repeatedly just do that without then having to wait for the barn axe to respawn. I didn't actually swing left there, which is slightly concerning. That means I can't be entirely certain that that wall isn't breakable, but also I'm pretty sure that at least this one on the left isn't even a wall. Like this here and this up here, because you can't grab onto it with a clink grip. Okay, I think we're good. I think this wall is pretty confidently not breakable. Let's try this one on the right then. Oh, I even managed to hit the one on our way down there. Okay, you can't let's grab that, that's fine. They really want you to use the barn axe for this. Which makes sense. That's kind of the whole point of this challenge. Very cool, unique challenge. Unique for Silksong, I mean. I'm pretty sure in Half-Life you have at least one thing where you need to use barnacles to climb like this. Or, well, not quite like this, of course. It's not this, like, long platforming gauntlet. But I'm pretty sure you at least can... There's at least some sort of a ledge that you can scale up to, or yeah, I don't think you need to do it, but I think you at least can scale up to a ledge at some point using a barnacle. I could be wrong. I might be just confusing it with the Sven co-op map. Although I don't think that's been like a necessary feature in too many of them anyway. What am I doing? This is a simple little challenge that we already did. We're just here to investigate the walls. But we can't investigate the walls if we keep falling into thorns. Let's try to avoid that happening again. You just do that and then you glide. I guess you could also simply claw line repeatedly, but that might deal damage to the barnacle. Uh-oh, hold on. Actually, no, that wall down there we've definitely explored already. This wall to the right we hadn't. That wall all the way to the right I think is also fine. We don't need to check it. Okay, you let me go. I must check this wall. Wall inspection. Hornet the wall inspector. Okay, and this is the highest point. Whoops, let me go. I haven't checked that wall down there, although I believe it's nothing. Cool. Well, I didn't really expect to find anything here anyway, but I felt like I had to make sure. Oh, look at that. The flea's already gone. You really fall fast here. Like that was a hard fall that you took. I would like to find like a long vertical shaft, maybe in Mount Faye or in the far field somewhere, where I just drop for a long distance vertically and just see how fast Hornet ends up going. I mean, I imagine they must have some sort of terminal velocity here. But still, Hornet goes real fast. I mentioned this when we first got wall cling, but also when you slide on a wall for a long distance, you like actually gain speed, which is very cool. That doesn't happen in Hollow Knight. Let's go through here. Or at least you definitely reach a speed cap way faster in Hollow Knight. Hold on a minute. No. Something that I just realized. In Silksong, you can move horizontally without like ever having to touch a direction. Does that mean you could try like a never touch right or never touch left challenge in Silksong? I guess in Hollow Knight you can also do the same with dash. And you could maybe turn around with wall climb. So I guess Hollow Knight's pretty similar in that regard. And that pogo doesn't turn you around. Okay, never mind. Silly thought, ignore. Now, we can get back to exploring this big room. Whoa, what a dodge. Not exactly on purpose. Like, the fact that I didn't get hit there is mostly luck. Oh my goodness, dude. I was trying to avoid the Barnack, but it was a bit to the right. A bit farther to the right than where I thought it was. That's unfortunate. Oh, you love dodging me. Wait, I never put on my anti-maggot bracelet. Oh, no. That's not good. This is actually pretty awful. Alright, give me some silk. Gimme. Actually, you know what? I'm going back to the bench. Oh, I love Barnacks. Oh my goodness. Get out of here. I'm leaving. I'm leaving. Oh no. I'm gonna die. That's so stupid. It's so easy to just be completely reckless and take silly hits of damage. I have a good bench, right? Don't I? I should. Yeah, right here. So, put on our new tool, shall we? Let's do that. Silk or speed of binding? We don't need speed of binding, do we actually? I'd rather have more silk, I think. I don't know, I could be wrong. It's not like we're really lacking silk most of the time. Our spool is quite long. Well, it isn't right now that it's broken from dying, but you know what I mean. Who knows? As I said, I don't care too much about either of the blue things that I have equipped, although maybe that's silly of me. Maybe I'm foolish to not be caring about them. Maybe I'm just used to them, and lacking them will prove to be quite a detriment, who knows? Oh, hello. So, I have an anti-maggot bracelet on. Does that mean I can simply just swim in the maggot goop now? Without any worry of adverse effects? Oh, you love to burst out of the ground. I really tried to swing at that Barnack vine to avoid getting hit by it, but... Or, well, rather, to make it draw back. I guess that's still avoiding getting hit by it, even if I'm not, like, evading it by dodging it. Dude, stop! I am not good at dealing with this bug. Stop it, stop! 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 I need an this bug bracelet, actually. What am I doing? Oh my goodness. I'm just throwing. Stop! They're impossible. Stop! You get to a room for a second time, and that's like the worst. That's when the room is the most difficult, because the first time you're going through, you're pretty careful. You're kind of worried about everything, but you're careful enough that like counters most of the dangers that you run into. But then the second time, you're not as careful as the first time, but you're still quite inexperienced with the enemies. So that's when you really end up in trouble. Yeah, look at that. The maggots just don't care. Oh, but it starts shattering my thing. Yeah, because what did it say? It recovers at a bench if broken. Fragile band. Yeah. So I wonder if I sit in the maggot goop for like a second and then leave, and then sit in it again and again. I imagine that won't break it. It will only break if I sit in there for an extended period of time, like in a row. So I think just like dipping into the goop and then jumping out is probably fine. More maggots. No, I think it's consistently being worn away, actually. Look at that, it's smaller now in the UI. Got it. Still, very wonderful to have. And that is certainly a good use for shell shards. Oh look, it's these shapes again. I remember at some point I remarked on them recently that like, oh, we haven't seen these shapes anywhere before. And now we're seeing them again. I don't remember where we saw them though. This is a boss chamber and a half, isn't it? That's something to play the needle in at. Hold on, before I do, should I explore further this way? This isn't maggot water, right? Yeah, it's not wearing away my thing. No, but, hold on. I don't know which of these is bonus. I figured we'd just get a quick bonus to the right, but that's not it at all. This has sort of Blue Lake vibes in the sense that it's a large body of water, but it's also not like Blue Lake at all. Way more grey and ugly. Alright, let's play the needle in here. That will certainly do something. Is this bonus or will it trigger a boss fight? No, it's activated a lore tablet. Hello. Sister Spider, watch these waters flow. Cleansing, binding, a silk from shell, memories of our kingdom calm. The flea master and his caravan sought for caves offering space and safety. This calm lake and shore may prove suitable. Indeed they might. Good point. Well, I guess we'll get the caravan to show up here. And I guess we have a bellway pretty close. Not right next to here, but a couple of rooms away. That's also very nice. Good thing that you remarked on that, Hornet, because I don't think I would have realized that. Even though, I guess maybe I should have. Graft metal, look at that! What a great cave to find. That's awesome. Yeah, this is a large empty cave that seems pretty safe. You're so right, Hornet. I don't think I would have realized that, but I should have. In any case, Hornet was nice enough to comment and let us know that that's what we should do with this cave. Oh, is this where one might hide? What was it? The Eternal Ordeal, where you fight a bunch of Zotlings? That's an awfully suspicious thing up here. We might need the fleece to show up. That's actually... You know what's hilarious? Wow, we're so far to the right side of the map that we, like... we can't even see ourselves behind the legend of the map. That's crazy. Yeah, maybe we need the fleece to show up here. Anyway, what's funny is that we found that flea and told them, like, hey, go travel to the flea caravan. And now, right after they reach the flea caravan all the way in the, like, left part of the map, they'll all be traveling back here. That's hilarious. I hope they comment on that, though they probably won't. That seems like an unlikely sequence that they would have planned for. Did, like, that whole ceiling bit collapse just then, or no? Also, wait, how did I just do a backflip? What? You can do a backflip by dashing? I know I'd seen Hornet do a backflip at some other points, but I don't think I knew how to actually make it happen. So it's when you dash and then you jump backwards. That's so cool. Okay, hold on. Let's sit here and regen some of our silk. Right. And now we'll see if we can get anywhere across this cave by doing that. Okay, no, I don't think so. Why does this disappear, I wonder? Huh. I guess it just make it like it's almost like you need a passcode to be able to read this. So you read it real quick and then it disappears again so that you need to enter the password again. Alright, well cool. We have a cave for the fleece finally. That's awesome. No massive story revelations. Still no Act 3 title card. Again, I don't know that such a thing exists. Oh no. I've just gotten that impression, sort of, that an Act 3 might exist. Oh my goodness, Hornet, you almost didn't run fast enough there. Run away. We're going back. We're going back this way. Ah, there's another one of these in our way. Oh, hello. Don't do a leap at me, please. I would rather like to avoid that at the moment. Where's that marker? It's top left. Wait, what's this marker over here? This here. Oh, I think I thought that was a path. Like a path might connect to here from somewhere else. And I guess it still might. Because this here was where I thought I should swim in the goop. And, well, now we can do that somewhat more easily than before. Perhaps we should go give that a shot. You know what? Oh! Wait, I'm in the wrong location. Completely wrong location. We need to climb up. I didn't mean to come this way at all. Is this where I came from? It is. Wow. Sneaky path back. Alright, hold on. I would really rather not get hit by you right now. I don't have the biggest amount of health. Even a barnacle might be able to take me out if it caught me unawares twice in a row. Alright, wonderful. We sit down here. Yeah, look at that. My anti-maggot bracelet has knit itself back together. I guess not knit itself. Hornet was doing the knitting using shell shards. I don't know how you knit something with shell shards, but you know what? I don't think I need... Oh, that barnacle really got me there, huh? Good job, barnacle. Oh, I guess you need to get some wins. That's actually cool. I get to do a pogo off the barnacle and off the beast at the in the same jump. Because the pogo just kind of goes through the vine. That removes the vine and then I pogo on the beast. That's pretty cool. You're throwing stuff at me. You know what? What am I even doing? Let's just toss a tool at you. I think that ricocheted into you from the background. Although those don't seem to do very much damage. Maybe you're meant to rely on the ricochet. Okay, we can't go in there. That's fine. I guess that just means we go back to the Bellway. Oh, we could also go to Songclave. That's pretty close right now. But the Bellway can also get me directly to Songclave. So, wait, what do I do? I think I run to Songclave. Or, no, I don't. It's a bit of a long journey. We need to go through, like, a quarter of Memoriam. There's no need for that. I still don't know what the pool in Memoriam was all about, though. Oh my goodness, the Barnacks are everywhere. That's so funny. I somehow always manage to forget where the barnacles are or just not notice them whenever I'm going through an area for the second time, which I guess is really where they're most dangerous. Because the first time, as I said, you're very careful going through an area, and that also affects whether or not you're paying attention to barnacle presence. Well, that's wonderful. Let's... Oh, I can't start the journey from that platform. We must now go... Where do I go? Let's go to Bellheart first. No, not Bellheart. Grand Bellway first. We'll go there. We'll go take the Ventrica up to the town, the first shrine. We'll see what's going on over there. We've completed a quest there, so they might give us a reward. How are we coming from up above, actually? Hello? I guess there might be like a central tunnel system that you end up in, and then it always drops you onto this platform. So you always enter the platform by dropping down and leave it by going up. And then that just brings you into a tube, which actually moves you into the direction that you're going. That might be it. Hello? Sherma's still doing the same thing as always. Inspect. Wait, didn't you say I should go back and say that I did the thing? And I might get a reward. You keep at all that helping, you're gonna start inspiring it in others. Best you think serious about what effect you might be causing, Bellringer. Too much hope could prove a dangerous thing, especially for all these bugs starved so long of it. I guess you're right. Sherma going into Whiteward was certainly not a great outcome. Well, it ended up being fine in the end, but it sure was scary and risky. Hello, Sherma. You're still saying the same thing, that's fine. Hello, Jubilana. I honestly have so much money that I should probably buy stuff from you. It was a good deed you did up above Tier 1, saving me from those, from them screeching clocks. Not seen the like of it in a long, long time. Do you give me a discount for that? I've returned with all sorts of new goodies too. Let's see if anything I've scavenged will fit your fancy. Perhaps. This was a thing already. Spider strings, that's new. I don't think... Did you have a mascot before? I'm not sure. And you have craft metal. Okay, we're immediately buying that. It's getting purchased. This is also new, I think. You just sell a choral commandment? Huh. A precious order passed down by the holy conductors. Rare now to find this old text, and rare still to find a bug able to read them. I don't know how much money we get for a choral commandment. I think it would be funny if you get less than this cost, because then you're really just spending some money to get lore. Right, this is a new thing. Spider strings. Hold this while making music, and you'll soon hear its function. Amplify song it does. Sends it on full and bright. Ideal if you're ever planning on performing for a crowd. Huh. I think the main purpose of this might be that you can get lore from enemies more easily, but maybe there's another reason to use this that I'm not seeing. Spool extender. Right. I feel like it must extend spool by a lot if it's this expensive. We've also got all these. I mean, I could afford all of these, but again, at least these 720 ones, they are like really quite expensive. How many mask jars am I missing? I'm missing 2. You know what, Jubilana? I bought some stuff from you. We'll come back to you later. I think I would rather buy everything from all the other shopkeepers first. We also have 2 craft metal now, which is, as far as I know, exactly the amount that I need to accomplish things. So I think right now, since I'm here, I might as well go to the high halls, and we can take an Ventrica to the forum. Okay, we'll do that. We'll go get the craft metal thing in the high halls. We'll go get that done. Simply because we are now here and that seems convenient. Then I guess we'll take the flea journey, maybe? And then we could go to NPCs. We could buy things from other shopkeepers. I think we'll leave Jubilana for last. Simply because Jubilana seems to have the most things to buy. So if we have a chance to like clean out other shops first, I would probably prefer to do that. And also we have like a very convenient way to get to Jubilana. I guess we also have a convenient way to get to Frey in Bellwater. Not... What? No. It's not Bellwater or Bellwater, it's Bellheart. Can I really not climb up this? There we go. I thought I could. Or well, I knew I could. I'm pretty sure I've done this. Although, is this the way we want to go? It actually is. Cool. Okay, I think pogoing is easier here than using clawline. Now, is it up here? Sort of. It looks like this room might connect to whatever's up above, but... Oh! That pogo was somehow too late, even though I could feel that it was about to be too late. So I think I'm getting a better sense for the pogo timing. Hello, I probably have the Hunter's Journal entry for you, I would imagine. I guess I'm not entirely sure. Shell plates and cogs. Yeah, construct tool. What exactly are we tooling? Oh, a flying enemy, right? I think it said that even before. I didn't read it right now, but I think that's what it said before. And, well, now. Cogfly. Yeah, look at that. Winged cogwork companion that will seek nearby foes and attack. Yeah, you know what? Hollow Knight had a lot of charms that, like, let you spawn different little helpers that would fly around and help you. Or protect you. But I don't think we've had too many of those this game. This might even be our, like, first or second tool that allows you to spawn minions like that. You can't do a crazy baby build in Silksong, it seems. Okay, this... I appear to have found the secret already. Yeah, I remember getting trapped by you, actually. I imagine I could parry you, actually. Whoops. Not with that timing. And you're gonna deal double damage, so... Actually, I'm simply going to leave. I kept saying that I should try that parry more. But clearly I haven't been doing that, have I now? Whoops. This is how you die. Uh-oh. Let's try to say... let's try to be a bit careful here. What was that move that you just did? Well, of course, and now that I'm trying to get silk for healing, I can't exactly go around parrying. Okay, let's just float. Oh, not into the spikes, though. This music is perfect for floating down something like a feather. It sounds just like a feather might, you know. It just sounds the perfect music to like the perfect music to accompany something like that. Okay, here's where we fought our friend. The fourth guardian? No, the second sentinel, something like that. We fought him here anyway, whatever they were called. And then we encountered them at least one time after that. I think fighting some other enemies around the citadel. Did we? Could be wrong about that. I wonder if we'll see them again. I haven't been running around the citadel too much. Grand Bellway, that's where we want to go. And from here, we will complete the flea journey. Well, no, not from here. But this is the first step. We will now go to Blasted Steps. I think that's the closest bellway to the flea's current location. It really is funny that that big warrior flea that we found, they're simply going to have to travel back to where they just were. Let's take a bench, why not? I know the flea bench will disappear, so I'm not sure where that would leave my spawn point if I went ahead and rested on it. Which I was intending... Well, which I still plan to do, I guess. Though I don't intend to die after it, so we probably won't find out. In any case, I plan to sit on the flea bench. Hopefully that's alright to do. Yeah, I guess I don't need to climb up this left wall now that I have double jump. I could probably just climb up the wall on the right. Sounds quite likely to me. I should use my claw line more in platforming sections. I've gotten way more used to it now, but I still don't use it all the time. Hello! Fair greetings again, large flea. Amongst all your troop, I had little doubt you would survive to reach this caravan. Would you tell me now of the task that saw you so apart from your fellows and so fearsome in form? Grr, bugnut flea, mine is to track, by trail and smell and senses sharp. Find our friend fleas, our young, most of most, to bring them together and grow them strong. Wait, will you give me an item to help me with doing that? Maybe. If you have sensed the locations of other lost fleas, share them with me. I may be able to send them safe to the caravan. My learning's not free for you, bugnut flea. Rosaries. What do you mean? I'm literally trying to help you. This is all to help all of you fleas. We have the same goal. What do you mean they're not free? Whatever. Rosaries, give those, and I shall say of what I have sensed. Work like mine, much long and much hard. For that, I deserve some riches held. Okay. Flea findings in these locations. Doesn't this already give me information that these are, like, locations that I still have fleas in? I think it might. And maybe the price might indicate the amount of fleas? I'm not sure. And will this, now if I pay for this, will this tell me the location of one flea or all of them? I don't know. You do not want my learnings? Or maybe they get more expensive the fewer fleas you have left? Because then you're more likely to just desperately need that hint more? I don't know. Yeah, well that's good. It's very good that we have this option. And it's, I guess, another thing for us to use rosaries on. Okay, I'm not even gonna talk to Kreit. Do you comment on me having found a new friend for you? No, we're just gonna talk about the travel. Flea Master, if your troop is still prepared to travel, I have discovered a cave beyond the citadel, at the edge of some ancient aqueducts. That place may well suit your needs for safety. The trek would be long, but once reached, you will find a sandy shore free of predators beside a wide, clear lake. It is as peaceful a place as I've seen throughout these fraught lands. Yeah, just make sure you bring those lights with you, because there's no color there. Like, you're gonna need some. That's it. It must be. Our destination has at last been set. Our journey can continue. True friend of fleas you are, Miss Hornet. That place shall welcome us, no doubt. Will you be joining for this new journey? Travel with the flea caravan will do. Marvelous. We fleas shall be overjoyed to have your company on the road. Now, our new home is calling. We must travel. Let's travel then. I imagine if this... I wonder if this animation will be more special now that we have so many more fleas. Look at all of them. Hornet must be happy because they're all quite furry, aren't they? I wonder if I could do something during that cutscene. Oh, speaking of things that Hornet can do, I still don't know what that right stick click is for. Because currently we have... What was that noise? Because currently we have... like a whole separate silk skill for parrying, and we also of course have the regular like nail hit parry, so like surely that isn't a parry. Is it really just a taunt? Maybe. What a beautiful spot you've gifted us, Miss Hornet. Safe apart from the dark and death of the lands beside. A place for fleas to grow smart and strong. Here we shall see our travels end, for in Farlum there could be no finer place to settle. I am glad the location suits, Flea Master. It is a calming thing to know these many fleas may survive. Most bugs of Farlum seem destined for far bleaker fates. Indeed, a hopeful future awaits, and only because of yourself and your efforts. To commemorate our arrival, it would be my pleasure to perform a small service for you. I have been learning to sew, and the little fleas have been gathering materials for me. I thought I could add an extra pocket to your tool pouch to make your travels just a little easier. This might be our last tool pouch upgrade even, or at least for its space. I don't know, I feel like we must have quite a few by now. A trifling favor, much less than you deserve, but still I hope it meets to your satisfaction. Tool pouch expanded. That was the last capacity upgrade. We still need one damage upgrade. I don't know if I've seen that for sale anywhere, because I think most of them we have bought. I could be wrong though. Have you met her yet? Our burly new companion Vogue, fresh returned from a long time spent tracking. We have met, Flea Master. It gladdens me that so strong a flea exists as her. Yours was a caravan sorely lacking for protection, and I am too bound by my own tasks to provide it for you. Why, we would never impose so. And now, no matter. Her scent may be strong, and her taste for brew bottomless, but her skill is sharp. If predators draw close, her talents will provide much confidence to our caravan. So many lost fleas have made it here. Truly, I'd never dared to hope we could gather such a grand company. But still, there may be more out there in this wide world. What a wonder it would be if they too found their way to our fresh paradise. Indeed, I will do my best to find all of them. Are you sad? No, you just cheer up when I approach. Hello, let's talk to you, Grishkin. At the longest last, have our flea roamings ended. Every sandy grain and stinky squelchy maggot was worth to endure to claim such a home. It's time for rest and celebrate, and none have earned such more than you, Miss Hornet. Raise your flask and drink most heartily with us. Nah, we don't want flea brew, sorry. The little fleas like this place most of all. They are as much happy as I ever hear them. Right. What about that top right corner now? Can I go there? Can I startle you? I can. Do you say anything? Welcome back, my fierce one, to Adeshna. I'm sure your travels have wearied you. Oh no, I wouldn't dare take rosaries from such a treasured guest. Please use my spa carriage, free of charge. Dear Krat is only too happy to provide. Oh, I guess, smacking Krat, that first time unlocks the spa for free now. That's pretty cool. Do you still let him to peek, though? Let's see. I think I need to stay still, probably. I'm keeping my eyes open. They might just be taking a longer time to show up this time. Or maybe they installed a more hidden compartment, like a secret peephole. No, I think you're actually on good behavior this time. Well, probably not. Like, not for other people. They're probably just afraid of Hornet. Right, we can buy stuff from you. Do you comment on this cave? Do you comment on the fact that I made you get all the way back here? No, I don't. Or no, you don't. Right. Oh, hello. Varga. Oh, you were the one that wasn't too happy about the other fleas, weren't you? You didn't like them too much. So many awful places have us fleas traveled. Many times I almost die, but here it seems safe enough. You will have rest too. Is space enough for all us now, friend? This long lake. Space is much more big here. Finally, I have some quiet from the little fleas. Yeah, you are. I of course noticed that you are separate from them all the way over here. Alright, cool. Well, I am still slightly curious about that thing in the top right. I figured I'd get the fleas over here to see if that changes anything. But it doesn't seem to have done so. This might be an exit instead of an entrance. I didn't mark this on my map, I think, so we should... No, never mind, I did mark it on my map. Cool. That means it will stay highlighted, and we will take another look at some later point, when we maybe feel like we actually can do something with it. Or maybe once we've forgotten why that is even here at all. I don't know if that will happen, though. I feel like I've done a surprisingly good job at remembering what different things and locations of the map were. Like, what different markers were for. So. Well, watch out. Dodge that. Wouldn't it be crazy if at some point I could avoid taking any damage from these silly little bile spits or whatever they're called? Oh, let me go. Thank you. Oh, I wanted to go up there. Because I think that's a more convenient path back to the bellway. Oh, I was smacking the wrong vine. I thought that was already your tongue. My bad. Ooh. Oh, well, that's fine. That's fine. We take a couple of hits of damage on the way back. That's acceptable. And this should bring us right to the bellway, shouldn't it? Oh, no, not quite. Sorry, I forgot. The path that brought us straight to the bellway was above, but that's fine. This is still a pretty short journey back there. So, we have the fleas here now. I would also like to go back to that minigame room where we did that, like, tool-tossing minigame. I'm surprised we haven't found any others. I wonder if we will, or maybe that one minigame will get upgraded more. Because in Zelda, you at least have usually at least 2 different kinds of minigames. You know, you'll have archery and you'll have, I don't know. If nothing else, you'll have slingshot archery and regular bow archery. Or you'll have, like, archery and bomb bowling or something like that. So I imagine there must be at least one other type of minigame in Silksong. It would simply make sense to me. But, well, there's technically no reason that it has to be that way. What did I even want to do? Where was I planning on going from here? We have already accomplished several things, so we could also end stream soon. We conquered the mist. We also got the map for putrefied ducks. We didn't get an achievement for finding all the maps, so there might still be another area, but I guess it just wouldn't have a bellway then. But yeah, for example, the cradle, that didn't have a bellway. Cogwork Core also didn't have a separate bellway, so it could be an area like that that's slightly smaller without a bellway, connected to other areas well enough that it doesn't need one. Or maybe it's just an area that you wouldn't need to go back to very frequently. Yeah, because I imagine there must be an achievement for finding all the maps. Could be wrong, of course. I think I'll travel down to Forge Daughter. Yeah, and we'll use our last craft metal. So, presumably, what is this? Deep Docks, that's going to be the bellway. It's quite close to Forge Daughter, you just kind of run right and down. I think I'm starting to do an okay job of remembering what the map is like. Who knows? I still probably wouldn't be able to manage very well without a compass. But at least just, I don't know. I feel like if I did a rando, whenever a rando comes out, maybe there already is like a beta version of a randomizer. I feel like I would do a somewhat okay job at being able to tell where I am and where I should go. I might not remember all the item checks or like what an item check was, but I guess most of the time you don't even need to remember what an item was anyway. Just where the checks are. Shall return? Yeah, we already did. Is your friend still around? Wait, what happened to your friend? Hello? Should I know where your friend went? Interesting. Did they get haunted? And you were just not commenting? Shard bundle. Oh, you don't sell anything. Oh, I remember. Sorry, it's not Forge Daughter. That sells, or that requires craft metal still. It's the architect person that is back at Citadel. My bad. Let's go over there then. Wait, is this is the correct room? It was somehow brighter than I remembered it being, but I think that's a me issue. This thing here, it must be a secret path. I just don't see how it cannot be. Look at that glow. It's such a suspicious glow up there. I don't know how we would get... Oh, you know what? I'll check to this. I'll check this left path. Because we've never been here with double jump, I would think. Okay, apparently we had some lava platforming here. Well, not platforming on lava, but platforming with lava threateningly looming above and below and around you. Alright, well, I don't think that gave me any answers. Hello. Let's travel back up to the Grand Bellway. That's probably the only Bellway station that makes sense if we want to get to the Citadel. Unless I guess we want to get to the Grand Gate, then the Blasted Steps one might be a better idea. I wonder what the area where the fleas were looks like now. Underworks. That is where we want to go, isn't it? Yes, and then to the left. Okay. That means this isn't a bad place at all to get started with this. Where did I... Hold on. Ah, the entrance is up here. I don't think Hollow Knight ever had any, like, secret entrances with latches like that, where you, like, open a latch in a ceiling, and then you have to wall kick up it, and then that's your path. Oh, no, this is bad, actually. I guess it's not that bad. We can still make it down there. We just go on a bit of a winding path to get there. We should start heading right. There we go. I vaguely remembered that drop. Oh, hopefully I also vaguely remember this path over here. Oh, that was close. Just barely dashed to the left there. Whoops. Left was not the direction we wanted to go there. Oh, and this is where the elevator arrives anyway. Cool. We arrived at the lower part of the elevator tunnel by a slightly unconventional means, but it still worked. Now, is this still blocked off from the other direction? It is. I wonder why I can't open this path permanently. Or maybe I could, but I haven't figured out how. I don't know. In any case, I am back here with craft metal, and I hope I'm correct about only needing one more. If you have two things... Hello? Oh, right. My goodness, I got scared for a moment. I forgot you have a raising chair. I thought, like, whatever was on this board here was you dead, but no, that's not it at all. Hello, you're one of my favorite NPCs. Bugred, do you need our service? We shall create, as is our directive, to serve for Farloom Eternal. Indeed, I would like to buy this one item. There we go. That's our last craft metal gone, again. Can't believe we found 2 craft metal pieces today. Because we hadn't found any for several streams, I feel like. My service to you, Bugred. As it concludes, I must confess. Long now, I have felt my rotors slow their spin. My limbs lift weak. An ending is felt coming, sudden, certain, welcome. Whatever fading you feel has not shown in your craft, master. You have provided tools of immaculate make. What will follow if you pass? Would another take your place? One cannot. The skill to construct an architect, that was taken by time. I am the last final. The core remains to sustain the song, but no more architects to tend toil or build anew. This is strange. For Farloom Eternal states that the directive cage. That's a very interesting combination of words. Directive and cage, huh? The directive binds you and is your purpose, but is of course also a cage. Yeah, interesting that that's how you see it. But how can eternity sustain without an architect to serve? This seems error. An end? An error? Welcome? Sounds like you're almost glad that things are ending. Bugred, do you need our service? We shall create. Wait, no you shan't. Oh, short bundle. Whatever. Yeah, we don't need you to create that. What did you sing again? Designs divine. Right. To mend unending. Well, sounds like it might be ending soon. Should I return then at some point to see if you have died? I don't know. I'll write that down. Do I even have a note for the 12th architect? I do. Top 10 NPC awesome characters, my note for them? Yeah, hell yeah. Still agree. Doesn't need craft metal for one tool anymore. Sold out. Question mark. Might die soon? Question mark. Go to do come back again. I could probably just leave the room and rest at a bench close by or something. But it's fine. So... Actually, this ventricle over... Ventrica? This over here on the left is probably the fastest way back for me. Oh, but I can't access it from here. Oh my goodness, Hornet. Stop colliding in weird ways. Not weird ways, I'm just running into things like a buffoon. So this... Wait, what? No, this isn't the horizontal path. Is it? I'm so confused. No, it is. I am correct still. I think that red marker is just that I found that room below suspicious, that I wasn't sure why it didn't have anything for me. That's fine. It can stay marked. Because I still don't know why it didn't have anything for me. Now, where to next? I think I go to Grand Bellway. I think I bought everything from Mort. I bought everything in Bone Bottom. No, not Grand Bellway. Oh, yeah, Grand Bellway first and then to Bellheart. Overall, I want to go to Bellheart. Because then I think I'll buy everything there is to buy in Bellheart. And then we can go back to, not the first shrine, but to... Thingy place. What's it called? Songclave. We can go back there and buy everything Jubilana sells. And then we'll see. We should still have some money left over after that. But we might have bought everything from every shop that we know of at that point. I imagine I bought everything from that ant person in Marching Hunter's March. I think I might have done that. Look at you go. Alright. Oh, new quest here. Well, welcome to you, our newest resident. I hope you're finding your new home to your taste. I guess I haven't talked to Frey since we got our home here. It is a finely forged spell, madam. I am fortunate to have a safe space to rest, even if my stay here may be short. However long you're with us, I've been holding on to some fine goods that'll cozy up your home. This stuff ain't for the riffraff winding through, but a fellow Bellhearter deserves the finest. Oh, new items unlocked. Whoa, you still a bunch of stuff. Okay, we don't care about Sharp Bundle nor the Rosary Necklace. I wonder if the exchange rate for necklaces is better if it's a more expensive one. I should actually check. Rosary necklace is, you get it for 140. Cogwork wheel. Expanding circular blade powered by a cogwork motor propels forward, slicing through foes, right? What did I come here to check? Rosary necklace. 120. And this was 140. Okay, so the exchange rate is better. It's still like, you still get 20 rosaries, 20 fewer rosaries from it once you break it. But because, well, it's a small, like in terms of proportion, it's a larger percentage. So overall, it's better. Bell lacquer. You've got a solid bell up there. You've a good solid bell up there, though its surface is showing its age. Why not have us paint it fresh? A protective coat and a little flare. Gleam lights. Twine-strung globes filled with gleam flies. These will brighten up even the darkest bell. Desk. A sturdy desk is the heart of any bell home. Use it to take stock of your situation or organize your artifacts. Oh. Spool fragment. For a spool bearing no silk... Oh, that's just a spool fragment. It's surprisingly heavy. Do you think perhaps it could be a gift left behind by the old creeping ones? Multi-binder. Yeah, we've read this too. Okay, so I think it may... Well, first of all, let's check what this quest is. Do we get rosaries for this? Caretaker of a Songclave. Wait, Songclave? And the quest is here? Silk and Soul. Oi, I'm wishing for that bothersome bell ringer. That you read in this? Then head up top beside the shrine. Might be we two should have a little chat. That's intriguing. Alright. Have I, like, completed enough things around the world that we're unlocking some sort of new progression thing? Because the Caretaker of Songclave seems to know more than they let on. Well... Shall I break some of my rosary strings? I guess, why not? Let's start with the smaller... No, I shouldn't. We should leave the smaller ones in case there's a point in time where we only need to, you know, get a few extra rosaries. But currently, we want to get a large amount. Although maybe I should leave one of each. Just because it would look nice. If we have one of each in our inventory still. Okay, so that should let me buy quite a few things from you. I would like to buy your whole stock, to be honest. Multi-binder, that's quite expensive. Jubilana is seething that I didn't buy things from them. Not a new spool fragment, just a... Well, not a new full spool thing, just a fragment. Desk. We'll also have to check out what our bell home looks like now. A fine purchase you've made. Allow us a moment and we'll get it set up in your bell home. Oh, it takes me there immediately. I see. Why is my nose itchy again? Oh, it doesn't take me there immediately. It just fades out for a moment while they do that. Okay, I need 840. Let's break some more rosary strings then. We might not actually be able to afford Jubilana's things then. Apparently I didn't have as many rosary strings as I thought. What did I say? 800 and something I needed? 840 I believe I said. We're not even... Okay, fine, whatever. I'll break the big one too. But I don't think I'll be breaking any more. We'll leave the rest for emergencies just in case. We don't quite know that we're fully safe. I guess we cannot ever be in a situation where we need money for a bellway and we don't have it. Because, well, we've unlocked every bellway, or at least so the achievement said. But we could technically be locked out of a bench. Or some other contraption. Most likely a bench. Bell lacquer. Oh, I can color my thing. For 520? I have to say I don't really like any of these colors. Well, I don't know. We'll have to see. I would like... I don't know. Maybe we want it to be red? I was hoping you'd have a purple. Let's just make it red. Though it is quite expensive. Yeah, let's make it red. For Hornet, of course. Wait, what am I thinking? Yeah, let's make it red. The perfect choice. Your bell's about to be looking the finest in town. We'll get the work started straight away. Awesome. I wonder if you sell any more upgrades after this, because I don't think I'll be buying those right now. I don't have quite as many rosaries as I thought, although these are clearly like endgame upgrades that you're meant to be buying when you have rosaries left over, which we do. We've made a good start on the painting, resident. Give us a little more time and your bell will be shining like new. Cool, and you sell no more things at the moment. I hope I can still get into my house. I haven't like blocked it off. Yeah, look at that. They're like in progress with painting it. Well, that's good. Good thing that I did it now, because that means I can get back later and see what progress has been made. So we had like a thing here to look at all the materials we had seen, but the Materium I think it was called, but now we have more things at our desk it seems. Materium? No, but that's still it. That's still the only thing. Oh no, it's got separate sections. Hold on. We have new materials here that I didn't read before. I shouldn't have scrolled over this. Polypart? No, we must have had that before. Liquid lacquer. Pale glaze used in the preparation and protection of bone masks. I think I scrolled over some things, but it's fine. Doesn't matter too much. Steel spines. Choir cloak. Garment gifted to pilgrims on admittance to the citadel. Its thick weave offers additional protection against wind and cold. Broodmother's eye. Gelatinous organ collected from the defeated broodmother. Seared organ. We've probably read that. Shredded organ. No, we didn't read that. We didn't have that back then, I think. Maybe. No, actually. We must have had one seared organ, but none of these other two. I think. Yes. Shredded organ. Meat harvested from a defeated creature. It has been diced into fine chunks. Skewered organ. Meat harvested from a defeated creature. It has been calmly speared through, but is otherwise intact. Indeed. Okay, so that's the material, and then if we scroll down... Yeah, and right stick jumps between sections, as I might have figured. So that's awesome. We can actually come back here and read the relic lore without having to run all the way to the Seeker. Although, the relic Seeker is in this same town, so I guess this doesn't help too much. But with cylinders, that's certainly different. Can I play these here? Probably not. Okay, but I can just see what I have. Well, that's neat. And these lights we also bought for our home. And I guess, is that bed also new? I think we only had like a chair before, a bench or something like that. Hello, do you couriers say anything new? Hello. Many deliveries still need making, do they? Are they new deliveries or just these? Fleetopia supplies? That's crazy. Hold on. We will deliver that at some point. But not immediately, I think. I cannot aid you, couriers. Not now. My own tasks are too pressing to consider taking on your deliveries. With luck, some pilgrims may pass with sound mind and strength remaining. They may choose to promise their wishes. May they, actually? Then we shall pray they come mis-saving. Our thanks go muchly with you still. Yeah, we'll do the flea delivery at some point, just so we'll have done each kind of delivery. Interesting, though, because one of the deliveries disappeared. The delivery for Pilgrim's Rest isn't visible anymore, though the bone bottom one is. Curious. Pilgrim's Rest shouldn't have any new items for us to buy. But who knows? Maybe it somehow does. I don't think I have anything new for Relic Seeker Scrounge at the moment. There is something that Jubilana sells, but that's... We didn't buy it. Speaking of Jubilana, I don't think I'll be buying anything from Jubilana right now. We had to spend quite a few rosaries on this stuff. We could, of course, break some more strings, but as I said, perhaps we should still hang on to them for now, though we don't have too many things to spend rosaries on. What was it? Right, the caretaker wanted to talk to us in Songclave. Well, to be quite honest, I think we can leave that for next time. We've done a decent amount of things today. The fact that we conquered both the mist and whatever this place was. Putrefied ducts. Like, I feel like that's already quite a decent bit of progress that I can be happy with. And tomorrow we'll see what the caretaker of Songclave has to tell us. I still don't feel like I'm in any way closer to finding like a true ending, which again, I don't know if that even exists. It sounded to me from discussions online that an Act 3 exists, but where? I don't know. So tomorrow we'll talk to the caretaker of Songclave. Maybe they'll tell me something about that. I should also, as I said, go back to that mini game arena and see if they like have a new level or if anything has changed there. It might just be good to run around the map we've already explored anyway, just to see if anything has changed. But that doesn't sound terribly interesting, so who knows. But yeah, we've definitely got the caretaker to talk to, and I guess we could do that flea delivery. But overall, it really doesn't feel like there are too many more things open for me to do. So, unless I figure out like a whole new major quest thing to do next time, it might be that we just like clean off some side quests. Clean off the markers that are on our map, and then what, we fight Grandmother's Silk again for fun, and then that's it? I'm not sure. We don't have an achievement for getting all the maps, so I feel like there must be something else, something that I'm missing, I believe. And we've also found, I feel like there must be at least another weave nest somewhere, or a couple, because didn't we find a place that mentioned like 3 different kinds of weavers? And I guess we found 3 weave nests, but 2 of them were like tiny minor ones, so I'm not sure. In any case, those are worries for next time. We will have things... We do still have things to do, but after next time, I don't know if we will have anything. I guess we will see. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.